I simply look at the census as just more verification. Either way, it could be positive or negative depending on
My,
your
my
perspective.
bad, fam. We back on. We back on. My bad. I think my internet and some shit cut out. My bad, y'all.
Before you put that on though,
It's
let's
on.
let
We should be on.
uh,
It's green now. I'm in the green. Sup,
well,
sup.
I don't see
Somebody
anything
check.
yet.
Somebody check.
I was just gonna say, maybe we, if everybody is posing as, I ain't gonna say posing, but if we come in a position is to teach or to demonstrate or show the Aboriginal people that you know the direction that we should be going in terms of when it comes to the census, as Libra calls it, it's a declaration. Coda called it an affidavit, which will still, in terms, be a declaration. The perspectives as what to do, you know, in your case and how you view it, Chief, your position is that, we may not need particularly a piece of paper, or maybe in your situation, you have already made your declaration as to who you are, and you don't need to participate. And see, that's another thing that has to be addressed. Some people are already in that position to where the census does not apply to them.
Truth. And everybody's reality is a different reality.
Yeah, but couldn't we say that the census is a form of paper genocide?
Yeah, I mean that's why I say it's perception. You can look at it as as more evidence to support one side or another, depending on
Yeah,
how you
so
want to
so
perceive the information.
so how about we go to the creation of the census, and it'll tell you it wasn't initially used as a tool of genocide. It was, however, used as a tool to keep track of their citizens, which they have a right to do, which is mandated in Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, when it states the number of representative and a portion of direct taxes shall be divided up according to the number of those specific states. Again, the
True.
Constitution answers all questions. It doesn't get to be the supreme law of land because it don't answer no questions. It answers every question that you have. Every. It's called, we need to know how to read the simple document called the Constitution. We don't take the time to sit down and understand the genius in its simplicity that showed the mastery of language that our ancestors had. And we ain't respecting that.
That's true.
Okay, peace, brother. But
So,
what do people that stuck in the matrix? What do they do about the census? Pretty much.
okay. First thing, you got to wake up from the matrix, because if you all up in the matrix, Neo can't do nothing for you. Neo and his matrix crew can only do what they do. Even in the movie The Matrix, everybody else was just dumb and doing what they was doing. Only the Matrix crew was running around being all superhero like. But those people who knew what the Matrix was, and they wasn't in the Matrix themselves. They kind of came down there to help other people who was awake. And they only found Neo. Out of all of those people in the Matrix, they found one dude who was awake. So what the other people in the Matrix movie do? Nothing. Just kept being in the Matrix. So once you're waking up like you are, and you made it to a call like this, here's some instructions that you can do. Everybody else can't do this because they won't understand it. They won't know it. So it ain't going to help them. What you can do is get on our Sunday class and understand what the census is, who you are, understand status, and then we start to have a program to put in place to attach it to the census records, number one, and to instruct you how to attach it to that document as to not count yourself enumerated, but to be heard, more to speak, not to be counted, but just
But
to
to
be
be
heard.
heard on the matter which in hand.
Absolutely. Meaning we're not a part of their enumeration. We can
But
be,
but we here though.
but we here. And so the affidavit that would be attached to that will state that lawful thing, but the affidavit will only apply to Aboriginal people. So the rest of the people who don't want to be Aborigine, who don't care to be, who are in whatever paradigm they in, it ain't gonna help them anyway. So it doesn't even matter for those people. But if you made it here, it matters for you and the people that you know. I hope that's a good enough answer.
And I just want to make one more quick analogy too. I remember they used to say, if you teach a man if you give a man a fish, right, he'll eat for a day. Right? But if you teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
That's the same same frequency that I want our people to internalize when we intake in this information, right? And when we're actually trying to learn this shit and apply it in our reality. We can't be lazy with this shit, y'all. We can't be told. We can't be iffy and we can't be wishy-washy. If you do it, the ancestors are gonna burn your ass up. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You're in the way.
Which is why I'm so serious and I'm trying to get that point through. You're not going this shit plain. If you go in it with the uneven frequency and you don't sacrifice everything and you don't put your all into this understanding and manifesting reality, you will beat your ass off. And it won't work.
I got a
So I
question
just
for the
want to
young
make that
phenom.
point.
You know what I'm saying? Because
What's up, bro?
you know you pretty powerful. You know what I'm saying? And you represent something that's even more powerful, maybe even than we think. And we I want to know. I'm just curious. What can we do to help? You know, to help you and to help younger Aboriginals to you know take the information and run with it, or assist you with it, or however you want to do it, and or assist us with it, however you want to dice it, and just to you
I'm
know
gonna give it to you raw. Um, there's only so much you can do, brother.
feel you.
And it has to be, and this is what I have come to through this understanding, bro. It's like it's a certain point where you gotta make the decision. And you can't really allow outside influences to dictate the reality that you understand, overstanding, and what's bestowed upon you. Right? So it's like you can orchestrate and organize different things or put different things that could potentially manifest the reality or help me more, right? But in true reality, it's gonna take not just for my generation, but even the ones before that. It's gonna take a conscious decision and an effort to do different. And it don't matter what situation you put a motherfucker in until he has made that conscious decision and put forth all of his effort to say, I'm not gonna do this, or I am, then it really isn't going to change the reality that we live in until we make that conscious decision. So we can
Right.
have all the avenues you want. You can put me on all the platforms that you want. But until our people individually understand that they have an individual responsibility to understand everything that we're talking about right
But look here though. Let me say this. I'm gonna pose a question, right? Now we already know from looking on the census website that they designate a social political construct for us, right? A
now.
designation, right? So are they forcing us to take this designation, or are they making us believe
Good
that we
question.
have to take this designation?
I like to feel that. That's a great question. They are making you believe you have to take that designation because the form itself is just for their citizens. It's not for Aboriginal people. So when we understand it's all an illusion to coerce you into being a U.S. citizen, and they and they did the same thing with the I-9 form. So I don't know if some people ever had regular jobs and all of that stuff, but the I-9 form that goes around. So it's nothing different than that. And when you read the OMB standards, it only includes the Census Bureau as only one of many what is it, data collection entities, as it states also in the OMB in the line before that. So when we take it all in context, we understand it's a socio-political construct created by the Commerce Department, and we're not commercial property. By assigning the census and them giving you the illusion to fill it out as is, you are fully engaged in that socio-political construct via that contract.
Can you do anything to change it though?
Yes. Can you do anything to change it after you already did it?
No, because
Oh.
apparently, let's say for people that haven't filled it out, or any type of document that they give you that's forcing you into a certain designation, because it appears that they're saying, okay, I have no choice but to be black in what from a racial group in Africa. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you. Yeah. That's why it's incumbent upon us to know that these terms are a socio-political construct by nature, and by I think pointing that out to people and explaining the definition of a socio-political construct and understand how that is property, that those terms can't really help at all, you know, none in the least bit. But that is a gateway and a starting point of departure to explain to them who they really are. Number one, to deal with that part. So we got to break down the stereotype of black and colored and African American, even American Indian, because you know American Indians on there too. So
Right, exactly.
and then when you
So
read the
what?
definitions, they also make it compelling because they be like people having origins in any of the original peoples of so on and so forth.
Right. I got you. But see, here's my thing, right? My thing is that they're giving you options, right? So
Yes.
everything is predetermined. So you can only check this box or only check that box, right? So my thing
Yes.
is how do you break that? How do you break that without we already know that you can back out of the system, but I'm talking about within the system, how can you break it? Like so you decide not to choose any of the boxes and you write in something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Even if you write in something, you're still agreeing to whatever it is in their contract, even the so-called other box, which the census ain't gonna have, by the way, because they're asking direct to the point. African American, where do you come from? And they're gonna compel you to actually write in an answer. And the answer that you do in your own handwriting that may look like I'm from Africa or something like that. And
well,
they're
what I'm
gonna
saying
send
is
you there.
what my point is
So
because you
you know.
never had to prove you was from Africa.
Well, that's not the case right now. The case right now, they're not asking you to prove that you're from anywhere. The question is, African American, where do you come from? And the natural response from an African American is going to be what?
America.
From an African American is going to be where?
Shit, I hope it be America. So you gonna say they're gonna say Africa?
From, well, if you went to the ADOS full of African Americans and you ask them where they come from, what are they going to say?
Oh, slave ship. Yeah. Well, Africa, pretty much. I got you. I got you.
Ain't no pretty
Even,
much that they are saying that. It ain't pretty much. You could go read that right there.
even though they got American in their name and not African.
Thank you,
Well,
because the Africa part is first. It's a hyphenated American, like Chinese American or Native American or Mongolian American or
I guess
European
what I'm trying to
American.
get at is how do you, because you have to break the illusion, right?
And there
And
you go. That's the answer. That's the first answer. You answered your question. Number one, break the illusion. You can't do nothing if you're in the matrix. You have to first break the illusion. Glad you gave yourself the first answer. That's the first step in the process. Keep going. So, how to
well,
break the illusion is what
right,
that is, but definitely break the illusion. We must do it. First step. After you break the illusion, you got to have a solution.
right. I
Meaning
got you.
you're not this. Here's the way to do it. You feel me?
Right.
Right. I got you.
But
Right.
until you break the illusion, the solution ain't possible for people still caught up in the illusion at all.
Right. I got you. But look, and here's the thing, right? The thing is that we're talking social political, right? So that is still within the construct. Now,
Absolutely.
so what I'm saying is that when you break the illusion or try to break the will, you have to do it with the people involved, the hearts and minds of the people, right? Because if you can cause the wheel to slow down, or you can cause a glitch in the matrix, pretty much is what I'm saying. Like, how do we cause that glitch where people be like, I'm not going to choose African American. I'm not going to choose Black and African American. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
That's a good
whatever.
question. So it's incumbent upon us as the people who want to really help solve that problem. I like to do what I call the copper color test in those situations. I got a couple of pennies in my pocket. I make sure there are different ranges of copper because you never know who you're going to meet. And you carry them around in your pocket. And everybody could do it because it's simple. You take a screenshot or put your phone on Noah Webster's 1828 with the definition, and you go out and you engage with Blacks and African Americans.
True.
You got your YouTube video because me and Chief Colinago did that. But you do that, and as you're doing that, and you're getting these reactions, you go and ask them what they think they are. Most will say Black and African American, as in all of our videos they did. And then you bust out, you having to read the definition of an American. So they read that, and they say belonging to the Aboriginals of copper color. You bust out the pennies, you put it on the back of their hand, you grab something black, you place it on the back of their hand, and you ask them, does the penny, what color are you? And they'll look down, they'll be like, I'm the color of that penny, I'm copper color. Most get it right away.
Yeah, that's like deprogramming 101 right there.
Thank you. So that's how you do it. There's many ways to do it. That's the free.
And can I add
That's
something
yes.
to what you're saying? What that does is it's the beginning of showing you identity of what the identity is, because ultimately, in knowing your identity is where the power is, and that's what Chief point is. If we understand that we are the original Americans, the answer is obvious. It should be obvious at that point. That's where the power is. The power won't be in any social political construct. The power is in being the original people.
Right, because American ain't nowhere on that form. So true that. Or any other form for that matter. You never filled out a form where they said American.
And you ain't truly the real American people if you can't stand or move in the proper persona as if they move through the opposite. Right? You
Absolutely.
want
All
to
right.
be acknowledged as such.
So let me ask you, what is the difference between being Black and being white?
Nothing. They're both socio-political constructs. Only difference is one is a higher class citizen than the other.
Exactly.
But they're both citizens.
Right. They both artificial.
They're both
See,
artificial.
right.
Wait a minute.
my
Whoa. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I gotta say something. This is crazy. Okay, so we got Black and white, right? One of them is a higher class citizen.
Yep. It's still a citizen. It don't matter. It's first class. Do you got
Where's
first
that
class
legal?
on it? Do you
Is that
got
legal?
first? Absolutely.
He's talking about in the municipality corporation.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely
social.
is.
That's social engineering. That's not legal at all.
That's
Not
why it's
binding in
called.
no
Listen, but that's why
constitution.
it's called.
Okay.
But listen, that's why it's called socio-political construct. That's what we're
Okay.
talking about. We're not talking about constitution. Nothing.
We're not talking about
La
law.
La Land. Right. We're talking about La La Land.
I'm talking about law. I don't. We understand there's a social political caste system, right? Like movie. It's a movie, right? Fuck that. We're talking about there's a law that no law that says white is a higher class than black. No law that says this person is black, this person is white. That's
Right,
movie,
and that's what
right.
That's what he's saying, Chief. He said that's what we all saying. It's a social political.
I know, but how do we beat that by not participating? That's what it is.
So when you look in Black's law,
right, and that I just
right, you
explained
don't
your
participate.
point. That's what I just
No, yeah,
explained to
no,
your point,
you
because you
definitely
always
know that. That's
say the
definitely that's what I'm
power.
saying.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's like when Seti say black power, right? And that's what you was exposing. The power ain't in being black. The power is in being the original people, right? That's your premise, correct?
Well, in this sense, what we talking about right now is being American.
Right. And that's what we want our
Legally,
people to understand.
there's no black, there's no white. It's just American, right? And they
But
understand that
no, because
those are Aboriginal or copper color races of people that they found here.
no,
That's
because
American.
the same definitions they're using for Aborigines, we're getting them from laws, right, or law dictionaries, and that's like the basic guidelines of them. So when we say a person's white, we're just gonna go
That's
from
not
the
legal though. That's not legally. White is nothing.
yeah, because
White or
that's
black is
what,
only
right.
social. It's not a legal term. It's not in the Constitution of this land.
The Constitution is not legal, Chief. It's
Whoa,
lawful.
whoa. I'm out, brother. What are you talking about?
There's
That's
there's
the
a
legal.
difference between legal, which is the social construct they created, and the
Right.
policies
Teach,
within that, and the original law of the land that was
teach.
instituted before they came.
Teach.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a
Right.
difference between legal and lawful. The law of the land is instituted within the people, and it has come from the people. So they had to create a legal system
Right.
similar to the lawful system, so that
Yes.
they can
That shit ain't got nothing to do with black or white.
trick the people
Teach.
who had the lawful right to be in the legal system.
Teach.
Bro, that ain't got nothing to do with being black or white.
The Constitution doesn't, but legal does. Statutes, codes, and policies do got everything to
Okay.
do with being
You know
black.
what? I got a question. Can
Where is this legally? Where's this law at?
I
That's
got a question.
stopping us
Can they
from
both
making
get
us
you
a
thrown
second
in
class
jail?
citizen.
Can both of
Fuck
them,
yeah.
or one of them just like fines and stuff?
What?
One gets a lesser sentence than the other. That's
Oh,
a
but they
fact.
both get you in jail. They just one of them a little more.
Sometimes not. Sometimes not. See, where a traffic ticket might get one of us killed or shot or stabbed, somebody else might not even get the ticket. One cop told a white woman, "We only shoot black people." So, with that being said, there's
All
that.
right,
There's all of that evidence right there. So everybody
Right,
can play like
right.
they don't know that
No,
stuff if
no,
they
no,
want
no.
to.
I'm just saying
It's
because
out there.
if it's two different things, if it's two different things,
It
I
is
just want to know under in the what context. You know what I'm saying? Because if breaking the law can get me thrown in jail, and if legal statute or whatever could get me thrown in jail, then
legal statute is always
That's
And
two
getting you
that's
different
thrown
and
in
things.
that's
jail.
why and
or
that's
good.
why it's
Maybe I don't
important
have
to
the right
understand
lingo. Y'all
jurisdiction.
know. Yeah, lost my.
It's
But
two
that's what
different
that's
jails and two
But
different laws.
that's why it's
so
important to
they both
understand
could get you
jurisdiction.
thrown in jail,
That's why it's important to understand jurisdiction.
right?
Is the
That's why
military
it's
jail the same as the jail in the county in your state?
But see, you're not answering the question though, man. It's just a simple
No,
question. I just want to
no,
know
I'm just
if
saying.
they
I'm
both
trying
can
to
get you
find
thrown
out
in
how
jail.
white
Like
is more
I'm not
high
trying
class
to
than black.
rebut, man. I'm trying to learn something.
That's what I need to
No,
know.
Like
I gotta
man,
know this.
y'all get like just
we're
chill out.
getting
I'm
stuck.
literally
No,
trying to learn what you're saying.
we're getting stuck in the terms again, right? White and black, right, are political constructs, right? But they both fall under the construct of commercial legal lease, right? General codes and policies and statutes that do not apply to the indigenous people of
And,
these
and
lands.
let me expand on what I was saying before. So, white persons is a law. It's
So is
called the
that a no? Yeah.
Naturalization Act of 1790 that created this thing called Naturalization Act. Actually, it's called the Naturalization Act and or alternatively the Nationality Act of 1790, in which it denounces or which it specifies free white persons. It also states black persons in it and all of this stuff. It outlines this caste system. It really does. And people are not aware of what the Naturalization and Immigration Act is all about. They ain't got no clue of what the U.S. Code's about. But it is
Okay.
there in the law because
Right.
I'm reading it right now, and that's what it states. It's right
Okay.
there, the first statute, and it's the first statute in the United States to codify naturalization law. alternatively known as the Nationality Act and the Naturalization Act of 1790, restricted citizenship to any alien being a free white person. There it is. I read free white person. I'm going to read black too, and all of this other stuff. Who had been in the U.S. for 2 years. In effect, it left out indentured servants, slaves, and most women. This implied that black people, ain't no such thing as that, but there it is, construct, and later Asian immigrants, which is also a construct. So they considering black peoples to be immigrants along with the and Asian immigrants, not eligible to be naturalized, but not as that first class citizen. Holy shit, they even outline it. Yeah, because it's a corporate construct and any corporation can make up any dumb law or statute code or policy or bylaw that they want to make up. You don't have to participate in the system. You don't have to work at Sam's Club. You don't have to work at Walmart if you don't like their stuff. You ain't got to work nowhere you don't like the rules and the regulations. But they can make up their rules and regulations, and they can change them at will. Because if you ever had a job, you should be familiar with them changing their policies at will, which is might as well be laws to you. Because if you don't abide by them, they throw you in jail called fire or suspended without pay or whatever that is, right? They got their ways to deal with people. So the Naturalization Act does define it, and it makes it clear they are socio-political constructs belonging to immigrants only, and our people are not immigrants by no means. That's
So
what the law
what
states.
makes them able to, because they're functioning under a straw man, though, right? So what makes that legal
Not
to add a human body to that construct?
easy because it only applies to immigrants, and this is what I'm saying. It's only a straw fiction to Aborigine people. It's not a straw fiction to immigrants. That is the process they got to go through to come to our land. Period. They have to renounce and abjure all of their stuff when they come to our land. That's what they got to do.
So the matrix is only the matrix to us, but in actuality, it's reality to
It's
motherfuckers who have
reality
to
to
be
them,
in
yeah,
the matrix.
because all of these laws apply to immigrants. They don't apply to you. That's the trick they did.
They
They
can't
tricked
pull
you
out.
into being an
They
immigrant.
can't unplug.
No, because they in our land. The guest can never own your house. Everybody want to make like the guest could come in your house and just own it just because they've been there 30 minutes or 20 minutes or a day or two. And it doesn't work like that. It's your house. They don't ever get to own it, ever. No matter how long you let them stay in your house, ever. Period. If you saying that's okay, I'm coming to everybody's house and I'm just going to own it. But that ain't going to be okay with nobody. So it ain't okay with nobody. So you can't be okay to come to my damn house in America, coming from somewhere else and act like you can have it. Period. There's laws against that. Period. So all of them, it applies to them. Our people got caught up in their stuff. That's it. That is only it. It's a reality for them, but we ain't them, so that's their reality, not our reality. Just to be crystal clear, according to the law. Because that's what the law says. That's non-debatable.
And that's what makes us different. At any given time, we have the ability to step into our proper persona.
Yes, it's a choice. And they give you that choice hoping that you make the wrong one. And a lot of people make the wrong one. They capitalizing off you by placing you as property under the Department of Commerce, where all of these socio-political constructs are governed by. They ain't governed by the Constitution. They ain't governed by not even the Constitution that the United States is the corporation Constitution. They're governed
True.
by the Department of Commerce, which is the census and all of that. That's you become property. So it is what it is. And
So
they can
what
put
makes
certain
you
items on the front shelf, and they can put other items back, not even being displayed. Because it's
so
their choice.
what makes you become property?
Your belief in those documents only.
There you go.
Period.
Okay.
True.
It's a
Now we're
wrap.
getting somewhere.
Right.
Now we're
Yup.
getting
True.
somewhere.
Yup. Y'all, man, y'all make sure y'all give it up. Give us some likes. You know what I'm saying? Coda been putting in some mad work. You know what I'm saying? The brother's getting hoarse. You know what I'm saying? And he's dropping some mad knowledge, and
But but
and
this is what we were saying from the
we
very
appreciate
beginning.
it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's Iroquois Confederacy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Chief Warrior Minya out there in Peoplestown. You know, like that's work, man. Like I don't care what nobody say. That's work. The brother been giving mad knowledge all day. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, other people do it too, but still, you know, and I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man. That's the work ahead. I can't take all the credit. A lot of people who have stopped to listen and they go out and do the same stellar job and even better jobs, whatever the case is. But we all in it together. That's putting our due diligence together, and it's for the greater cause to help the understanding of who we are and status. And everybody ain't got the same status. Just bottom line in it, and everybody can't play and be Aborigine. Bottom line in it, because a lot of people, heritage, come from over the seas. They're not from here. So they're guests, and no matter how long they've been here, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, irrelevant. Irrelevant. You still came from someplace else. Just because you've been lounging for a second, don't give you carte blanche to own nothing. Period.
And
Ever.
bottom line, only the Aborigine people got the law,
Of the land.
behind them, for self-governing. You know what I'm
But
saying?
even if they
And
don't, if
and
they
I know
don't,
people out there can split that so many different ways, but the law states that. You know what I'm saying? Whether, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, we're not saying that they just gonna, we gonna go up there with a piece of paper. Now we're not saying that. We're saying the law says that. The law says the indigenous people have a right to self-govern. So if you're not indigenous, you don't have that right. You got a right to come up with your religion and get yourself some high degrees, and get yourself in one of these fraternities, and have you some nice little connections in your life. You know what I'm saying? Have you some overseas connections and some commerce. You have a pretty good life, but that's still not having the law behind you self-govern. So you still kind of ain't got that thing that you want to leave behind for generations and generations and generations and generations.
And
And
what people not looking at, Todd Data, just to reinforce that, when you have the law of self-governance and you are your own government and your own people, you don't need them to do their commerce. You could contract with any connections that you want to make wherever around the world they may be at. And you don't need those particular people to do anything because you're self-governing.
mm,
You understand,
that's
so
my language. That's the language I
right?
talk. I
That's
I, I wish I
that's
could
what
say
self-governing
that
we've been
again.
plus
always
other
saying.
aspects of it.
That's
Just
what
like
we've
the,
always.
I hope
right.
everybody understood what he just said. You know, and that's, yeah, yeah.
That's what I was saying to you earlier, Ty. Like it's imperative that you personally have to be able to do your own due diligence on your own specific thing, right? Because without that, it takes away your power. You don't have power because ignorance of the law is no excuse. So if you can't represent yourself in whatever arena, right, then who gives a fuck if you're Aborigine or not?
Right, right. I get what you're saying. What I was saying to you, are you saying that in the context that I don't, or are you saying that in
No,
the context that just conversation and just saying it?
no, I was just making sure that it's understood why I had so much energy
Oh,
behind
okay.
the whole situation because I've been hearing this shit for 5+ years now.
Right. So
and
then
it,
that's
and
what.
it's starting to become to me like a cop out because I literally had to sacrifice my children's reality and their comfortability to realize that this shit works and that this shit has an actual basis behind
I
it.
see.
You see what I'm saying? And I got people who want to look from the outside and then ask some fucking questions instead of getting your
Right.
ass up in here and
That's
doing what
right.
you feel in your bones and the ancestors have already invigorated you to do. That's all I'm saying.
True that. That's right. That's
Right,
right.
right,
And just to reiterate, the law. So we've been talking about this law. Article 20 states rights of association, assembly, and freedom of expression. This is from the ADRIP, the American Declaration on Rights of Indigenous Peoples, right? And it states that our people, that we have the right of association, meaning associate, contract with anybody you want to. Assembly, however you come together. Organization and expression of that organization. And are entitled to exercise them without interference and in accordance, among other things, with our cosmovision, our value, our uses, our customs, our ancestral traditions, our beliefs, our spirituality, and other cultural practices. Part 2 states that our people have the right to assemble, right? The right to
Right.
assemble. That's
Right
also
to
in the
assemble.
Constitution.
So there's
It's
rights to
also in the
assemble that.
Constitution.
So
Right to assemble anywhere on our sacred
so
land and or ceremonial sites, which is
right.
everywhere we step foot at.
So Aboriginal TV, do I need a 501c3 to do that, bro?
No, not at all.
Hell no, that's the hijack, bro.
So
See,
I got the right to do that shit, right?
you were born with that God given
Right,
birthright.
right, and
This
that's the difference between what we're saying and what a lot of people saying. You
And
know what I'm
because
saying?
right,
Article 22 answers that. It
Right.
states our
So
law and jurisdiction, where it says tie data, well, don't say tie data, but our people, to include you, tie data, have the right to promote. So if we ain't got our own stuff, we can't promote. Develop. You could develop whatever you want to, and maintain our institutional structures. So
the
there it
right
is.
to. Did you
And our distinctive customs, spirituality, traditions, procedures, and practices in the cases where they exist in judicial systems or customs in accordance with international human rights standards. So now international law.
right,
So
right.
yes.
Now
And they do have one that addresses the media directly, though. Too.
now so the law backs that up. So everybody know that. Now we do know people with money have rights too. But
They
they
only
have
have privileges. They
right,
don't have rights.
right. They have the privileges or whatever you want to call it. So this not to say that this the only way you can do it. But bro, we got the law. We got the law like nationwide
And coming
on
along
our
with that,
side. You know what I'm saying?
like you said, if somebody bought land for an example, here's an example. Let's say it's just an example. For an example, let's say somebody comes from a foreign land and quote unquote so-called buys some land. Let's say we come along, that land happens to be our ancestral site. We go to court, we win the land. So what, they gave some IOUs to somebody. It's irrelevant. You can never own nothing that ain't yours. It's like we're using that move. I need to get at that couch. You know what I'm saying? Your guest can't be like, I'm just gonna be on the couch, forget you. You're gonna kick them out if they did that.
Let me ask you this question, Coda. So what happens if you go to court and they tell you that you can't be here?
Well, here's the problem. Then they got to deal with Article 25. Article 25 states that our people have the right to maintain and strengthen our relationship with our people and our lands, our territories, and our resources, and to uphold our responsibility to protect and preserve them for ourselves and our future generations. And that number 2, part 2 states that we have the right to the lands, territories, and resources that we have, check this out, traditionally owned, have traditionally occupied, and here's my favorite, or otherwise used or shall acquire. So that means everything. It's all encompassing. So
Yup.
there's no room for error there. And it states our people have the right to our own use,
Yep.
develop, and control of our lands, territories, resources that they have been possession of by reason
And
of traditional ownership or other
So
occupation or use.
and this
Or,
doesn't
my favorite part, as well as those which we have otherwise acquired, meaning you could get stuff.
and
Acquisition,
that
man, come
and
on.
that doesn't go for the Native Americans, right?
They are on reservations, and no, it don't, because they're
what?
immigrants. You can't own something in somebody else's house.
So hold that thought right there, Coda. Real quick question, right? According to what you're saying, and according to what Libra just said, right? because a lot of people see the UNDRIP and the ADRIP as being the Native Americans, you know, because they're indigenous people. They, you know what I'm saying, and they have kind of like
That's the social construct, though.
He
That's
broke that down
that's what
earlier.
that's what they call
Actually,
commercialism.
Oh,
It's just
right.
commercialism.
But I'm talking about socially. The perception is that the UNDRIP and ADRIP is not for so-called African Americans, aka Negroes, right? How do we change that perception? Like, what is it inside the UNDRIP and the ADRIP that attaches it to me and you?
Well, the definitions, of course, and as we all
in
know,
the Constitution.
the definitions to those documents specifically state that indigenous means Aboriginal peoples. And they ain't Aboriginal people, so that kind of cancels out a lot of those people.
Also, it means, to your point, Chief, where the power is.
Definition that tells you
Right.
specifically.
Hey, Coda, can we get out your email? You know what I'm saying? It's like 1 in the morning, almost 2 o'clock. We got 35, 37 some people up in there. These are the hardcore people. These are the people that don't fuck around. You don't joke. We don't do free thinkers and all that other shit. These people for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's American Aborigine 1 at gmail.com. AMERICAN ABORIGINE, the number 1 at gmail.com.
That's American, right? American,
yes.
Aborigine or Aboriginal?
Yes.
American Aborigine
yes.
at 1 at gmail.com. I'm gonna go ahead. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat too. If that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. So definitely, even Title 25 states that the Title 25 Indians is a self-determination contract, has been continuously operated by tribal organizations, which are corporations. And that's a 3 or more years, so it's stipulations. There ain't no stipulations in the ADRIP on self-determination. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're using similar words, but these words have different meanings, such as the definition of the term self-determination contract. What is that phrase? It ain't self-determination only. There's some extra stuff on it. So according to the definition in Title 25, this self-determination contract, let's read what it says. Means self-determination contract means a contract or a grant. So if it's a grant, that means somebody else is giving you permission to do something. It can't be your right to self-determination if somebody's giving you permission or privilege to do something. Correct? So now notice the double talk. The definition breaks through the double talk or the similarities of language. That ain't the same. Or grant or cooperative. That's all commercial. Agreement utilized under Section 5308 of this title. Entered into under subchapter 1 of this chapter between a tribal organization, which is a corporation, an appropriate secretary of whatever state for the planning, conduct, and administration of programs or services, which are otherwise provided to Indian tribes and their members pursuant to federal law. Provided, except that provided the last provision of the second part of this title, no contract or grant cooperative agreement utilized under Section 5308 of this title, entered into subchapter 1 of this chapter, shall be construed to be a procurement contract. So they can't own shit. It's right there. Slam dunk. Bye-yow, man. Native Americans know this, so they don't contest it. But socially, they just messing everybody up.
Firewater said they sent you an email already. So just to be on the lookout, Coda.
That's what's up.
And I think 9 Ether sent you.
So that's what that is according to Title 25, Chapter 46, which covers Indian self-determination and education assistance, which ain't the same as outlined in the ADRIP. There's similar language, but the definitions for every word is totally the opposite. One is a construct, the other one is the real deals. And that's the difference.
Right. Hashtag it's hashtag DAKODEX. Right there, hashtag the Kodaks. You know what I'm saying? That's the YouTube channel. You can catch Coda Sundays on that channel as well. He'd be over
Yeah,
there.
Kodak, is he going to be using the Kodak's channel, or just
Yeah.
going to go to Wix?
Well, I kind of try to have him for him. But I know he'd be busy. He got stuff to do, and it's been so much shit going on. So I kind of we kind of put it on pause. But that channel.
I mean, whenever he want to use it, you know what I mean? Don't have to be.
Copy that. I mean, whoever
on his
want to
schedule.
moderate it, and set it up. I mean, we could probably, we could just schedule something or whatever, and fall into a groove.
It will be best if I show you how to do it, so that way you don't need nobody else's timing. And sometimes we collaborate. Jeep Holiday and everybody. Go over there, and you know what I mean. One of the channels in the community. That would be the best thing. And then sometimes we can all you know what I mean.
Right. I feel what you.
Because we know you deal with you deal hardcore with the law, and so a lot of these people, they watch a couple Coda videos and they think they can go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they need to be a student of coding before you get to go outside talking about you talking to the police like the Inca did. You know what I'm saying? She 20, 30 some years in the game with that. So y'all better not, you know what I'm saying, be watching those videos, but thinking you can do that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This dude.
It's the equivalent of sports. A lot of people are sidearm quarterbacks, meaning they see the people making the moves out there on the field or wherever they at playing whatever sport. And the Kobe Bryants, Michael Jordans, whoever the greats are, whoever people consider to be great or better in their eyes, whatever the case is, those athletes, etc., had to train and work their whole life to get to the caliber that they're at. Most of them have been doing them sports since they could walk. You feel me? And their mom and dad had them involved in that since they was children. And they grew into that when they became adults. They have 20 plus years of mastery by the time they 20. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this is no different. And before you do anything, you need to learn what it is you're doing in its entirety. Have all the information, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then make an appropriate determination where you are comfortable with the information. Seek guidance from all sources. And start small. Start with your job. Start with at a store, I don't have to pay taxes. Start there, because what's the harm? Have a conversation. See what happens. See what the response you get. Hey, I'm an Aboriginal American, the original Indians. We're protected by a Constitution. It's not to be taxed. Here's the Constitution. Here's House Congress Resolution 331. Make a compelling argument. Get your script together. Have the conversation and see what the outcome is. If the outcome is to your favor, you have been successful and you know it's real. If it's not, you got to go back to the drawing board, analyze your game tapes, see where you might have messed up, go back and apply it again, and you're going to have success when you do it correctly, and then you know it's real again. Can't go out of half-assed. You can't go out with no enthusiasm. You have to really give it the zest and zeal it deserves to do a proper experimentation and application. It's okay to experiment with the stuff. Start small.
Right.
Yep. And then work your way up.
And we still got Libra Sun on the panel. So man, we got Juggernauts, man. Y'all better quit playing with us, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We got Libra Sun out there. We got Jay Freeway. You still in the building? Chief Warrior you still out there, Auntie? Aboriginal TV, Young Phenom and shit. We gonna cuss his ass out later. He be cussing everybody out on the panel. And then
I'm not cussing nobody out.
I'm
the truth, hey, The truth hurts, goddammit.
And then we got Cheap Holiday been in the cut.
Right. Hey, the truth don't necessarily, it don't hurt us. It might hurt whoever get it who don't own them, who don't want to love the truth. But yeah, the truth don't need no apology, and I ain't got nothing but a big bag of truth, so it can hurt. It's
Yeah.
it's choiceful. It's a
Yeah.
choice piece, right? It's just like let's hit them with the big bag of truth. Boot,
Yep.
yeah, right.
Yep.
And however you land up, that's how you land up.
But
But then
people,
once you get hit with the truth, we dust you off, and then you are right, and we give you a big bag of truth, and then you could go pass that on. So you get to pass
self-educators
it on, right?
said it hurts the
Right.
liars.
It does. It really does. It hurts the liars and the naysayers and the people who don't understand it.
Who haven't fully internalized it yet
Absolutely.
for themselves in reality.
Because it ain't even them it's hurting their
Um.
belief systems.
Somebody said, how do the Civil Rights Act of 1968 relates to American Aboriginals?
Oh, it doesn't.
The Ku Klux Klan
It's
Act.
called the Ku Klux Klan Act. It don't
Yeah.
pertain to us.
Okay, yeah, we need to get your if we can get your mic up a little bit just in case people not, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying, because we can hear you okay. I mean, we can hear you, but your mic's a little low, and we know
no.
sometimes when you go in, you be making some hardcore points, and you'll just roll right over it, and we be like, hold up, let me sink that in. So, can you say that one more time? What's that? What is that?
The Civil Rights Act
Thank you.
is not for American Aborigines.
Which one, first of all?
Any of them.
I was talking about which question, which time period was the question?
Oh,
1960.
Okay, okay. Later.
So,
It don't even matter. 1866, 1968, 1964, several civil rights acts. But the point is that Aborigines don't have civil rights.
right, and it's enshrined and codified in 42 U.S. Code 1983, civil action for violation of those so-called civil rights. It's under U.S. Code Title 42, under Public Health and Welfare, Chapter 21, entitled Civil Rights, Subchapter 1, generally Section 1983, Civil Action for Deprivation of Rights. So this is the enforcement of what you speak of, and let's see if it pertains to Aborigines. And it states every person, and let's go over the definition of person. In the definition, it states a person in this section means the term person in Civil Rights Act. It's the Civil Rights Act now, y'all. The term person means an individual trust or estate or a partnership or an association or corporation. Does that apply to any living, breathing being that we know of? Or is that a corporate, or is that a socio-political construct?
I'm sorry, read it again, Coda.
It states the term person, as outlined in the Civil Rights Code, U.S. Code Title 42, 42 USC, Title 42, which is Public Health and Welfare, Chapter 21, Civil Rights that we're discussing, Subchapter 1, General Section 1983, Civil Action for Deprivation or Violation of those rights, civil rights. And that states it has no enforcement because it does not pertain to Aboriginal people. The question was, does Civil Rights Act of 1963 or whatever pertain to Aboriginal people? And the answer was no.
Nope.
So to catch you up, and then I was going over it to prove that according to the Civil Rights Enforcement itself. And let's see if there's any enforcement. So it already starts off every person. So every corporate entity, etc., under the color of any statute, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory, or the District of Columbia, subjects or causes to be subjected, any citizen, not a citizen of regular, but citizen of the United States, So that's not us, correct? Are we citizens of the are Aboriginal people citizens of the United States?
No.
Okay. So
Some
it goes on. Go ahead.
yeah. Somebody want to know if you know Chief Noya. Let me see. What the hell is this? Shabazz L. I mean Shabu L.
I
Shaba
don't.
L. Some shit.
I I don't. I don't. Nah, I don't.
No. Oh, guess he
Uh-uh.
don't.
No. So back on track with that. Um, any person within the jurisdiction thereof. So it states in the term person again means individual, trust, or state, partnership, association, or corporation. So it's still in that world right there. It doesn't come into living, breathing, flesh and blood world ever. And it says within the jurisdiction thereof to the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by the Constitution and laws shall be liable to the party injured in an action at law, suit in equity, or proper proceeding for redress, except there's an exception, except that any action, injunctive relief shall not be granted unless a declaratory was decree was violated or declaratory relief was unavailable. For the purpose of this section, any act of Congress applicable exclusively to the District of Columbia shall be to be a statute of the District of Columbia. So all of those people who are citizens under the District of Columbia, it doesn't offer any protection other than you get to sue somebody. There's no penalties, fines, or nothing imposed. You might lose. You can't even sue the damn judge with this unless on a declaratory degree. And ain't nobody gonna give you that. So you might as well forget it. And has anybody ever won anything under civil rights lawsuits ever in history? Did Mike Brown benefit from any civil lawsuit? No. Did Trayvon Martin benefit
They
from any
paid the
civil?
families hush money though.
It doesn't matter. Did the civil rights law put the cops in jail or anything? No. It
Right.
doesn't matter because it's ineffective. It don't work. No. It's no all the time. It doesn't matter. Nothing else. It's ineffective. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets punished. Nobody even loses pay. Matter of fact, what they get is $1 million book deal for killing us. So that's kind of
Shit,
back
book
asses
deal.
right there.
That's harsh. The truth hurt, don't it? That shit hurt, bro.
No, it's liberating because it's the truth.
He, he
Because that
said
is,
that shit.
hey,
He
it
said
is
for
what
killing
happened.
us. They get a
I didn't
motherfucking
give the book deal. I didn't
that
give
Oh
shit
him a
my
hurt.
million
goodness.
dollars. I ain't give him a
Peace and
million
love,
dollars for
y'all.
that.
Mama Chief still in the house.
That's what's
Peace.
up, Chief.
I
Peace,
heard
peace,
y'all
mama.
asking
Peace
about
and
me.
love,
Yeah,
mama.
I'm still here with y'all.
Shout out to
Um,
who P just checked in. Chief Cherokee Outlet. Peace and thank you. Somebody said, so do we take control of the birth certificates or not?
No, the birth certificate was created as a tool of genocide. You can never take control of something you never created. That's preposterous. On the top of that document, and the author of that document is whatever state it belongs to them. And no matter how many copies that you get, remember, they're just giving you a copy. They will always hold the original. You don't have your original ever. All you have is a copy or the diploma version. They will keep the original. And if you attempted to go get the original, they will arrest you and throw you in jail because you did not create that document. It is not your document. You didn't author it, nor did you publish it. You just signed it. And you didn't even sign it. Your mother signed it. And she can't sign no documents for you because she was just the informant. So she ain't even signed it. So
Hey,
it
I,
ain't yours
hey, I got a question.
under no circumstance.
Me and Libra was just talking about this yesterday. So if we have a baby, right? And let's just say they want us to get a name. If we don't get a baby a name, would they still let us go home? Would they still let you go home, or would they call some people on you like you can't leave?
Good question.
You ever heard or
Aboriginal.
anything like that? I'm talking about just people in the Matrix. I'm talking about in general. Like this ain't just an Aboriginal question. This is a straight like a a regular talk show. Sorry if it's a little weird, but it's I really
No, it's cool. It's cool. So here's the thing. Um, they do all kind of stuff to people in the Matrix, from testing on you, stealing your livers and your kidneys and your vital organs, and doing experiments on you, and all kind of crazy drugs and stuff they be doing to folks in there. And that's because they're lack of knowledge. So lack of knowledge leads to that. However, as Aboriginal people, though, we don't have to be subjected to that because we are our own government. And because of that, we have our documents that the American Medical Association and other institutions have to comply with, or else they could be charged with acting under color of law pursuant to 18 USC, not 42, but 18. It's a different section that gives the offense for violating the rights, and they could be punished and or put to death for that. And it specifically names those people. So, since they have a duty and obligation for us to attain the highest attainable level of health care, us being Aboriginal people don't have that problem. So that is a problem for people in the matrix. That's why it's to nobody's benefit to be in the matrix like that. Because if you can't pay to get the highest attainable health care in the matrix, and even if you do, they're gonna still jam you up. Oh, that's a great kidney. We got some old dude that need this young baby kidney. So we're gonna lie and say your baby kidney is jammed up just so we could take it out, put some plastic made up kidney in there, and there goes some old guy or woman got a new kidney from your child.
hell no. So Chief Cherokee Outlet said you can leave, but they won't let the child leave. So
Well,
you
I
saying they
don't.
gonna take the baby?
They
What
can do
is
whatever
you
they want to
guessing or
with
you
their
saying?
property.
Huh? Are you guessing or you just
Yes, I'm.
you know this by experience? Because I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even come up with that. That's too like I don't even.
No, they do all
No,
kind of
that's
weird
not.
stuff.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
it's not out
Um,
there. They do all kind of strange stuff. That's
my
true.
my youngest daughter, they tried to force the birth certificate. They tried to force the vaccinations. Once again, you have to stand firm on what you know. You can't go in there and talk, about what you believe. You got to talk to them about what you know, and the law is what you use to back that up. And for our people in particular, because we know that they're against us, having a government and understanding what that means to have your own jurisdiction as to which they have boundaries that they cannot cross, and that is asserting your rights. And that's really what you're doing at the end of the day in any situation, whether you're dealing with the police, whether you're dealing with the CPS, whether you're dealing with the housing, some housing, mortgage, banks, anything. Asserting your rights is the first priority that you have to keep in mind as to know what your rights are. And that's your priority before you even get in any of these situations.
Mhm.
So, no, they can't just keep the baby.
Wow,
Absolutely not.
And
Cherokee Outlet said it happened to her.
I'm,
And it happens to citizens all the time
What?
because citizens have no rights, and y'all got to understand that. Not just any citizens, our people in particular, because they consider us to be refugees or African Americans, people of color, and all of that to be refugees. And you got to and people need to understand that it doesn't matter what you call yourself. On paper, they consider you a refugee because on paper, no one bothered to undo the contracts that mom and dads got those children into, right? So if you're a mother now, but you have a birth certificate on you and you got a birth certificate for your children, no matter what you call yourself out your mouth, on paper, you're a refugee because you're considered as an African American because your birth certificate says that, that social security card that you get in the benefits with says that, your lease says that, your job says that, everything, all the documents you ever signed screams that. So that's the treatment that you get.
you're rebutting the presumption with law, and that's what you're doing.
And you have to do that consistently,
Wow.
nonstop. Or
So so if they can do that, then that must be written somewhere. Then there must be in some type of law or something. Then
yeah,
that
it's
we
called
can.
in loco parentis. In loco parentis, it means in the place of the parent. It's also called wardship, a ward of the state. Absolutely, it's written in their statutes. It ain't law, but it's statutory. And
Right.
all of these people get ran over by the statute.
And that's why it's important to come out of their jurisdiction.
Mhm.
Yes, because they can make up any so-called quote-unquote law or statute that they want to. They do it all the time overnight, so it don't matter. It doesn't go through the process law goes through. Law goes through the process of the people want something. It goes through the House of the Senate, then through the House of the Representatives. And once it passes in both of those houses, it goes up to the president, supposedly for veto or rejection. That's how it works within the colonies. However, in a corporation and municipality, all it takes is your chamber of commerce or the city council board to make up whatever policy they want to make up, and it don't go through nobody but them. Period. So you don't even know about it till it's police pulling you over, fucking with you on some shit, or you in court and they messing with you, or CYS messing with you, or whatever the children youth services, family services, whatever the hospitals, whatever the job is, they treat you like crap because you are a refugee and you just got to understand it. But you could come out of it. But on status, on paper, you have to undo those contracts.
Damn.
You have to rebut them, period.
Damn.
Everybody got that work to do. Because
Cherokee,
everybody, mom and dad, messed them up like that.
Cherokee Outlet said, yes, they tried to give her the wrong baby because of the way she looked.
Yeah,
Damn.
period. It's
Damn.
all crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, somebody want to know though, Coda, in your cult, will you let them smoke?
What?
They say in your cult, will you let them smoke?
First of all, we don't have no cult, so I
Straighten
don't know
that
what that
shit.
is.
Straighten it.
Where
Well,
you see that at?
Oh, I'm reading some text
Oh, some text message on your phone, or you talking about in the chat?
in the chat.
Well, how come I can't see it?
Maybe you can. You just don't know what I'm reading.
Oh, you said,
And then, Coda, did you say that man went to the moon? Because somebody said you naive for saying that if you that smart. I'm just want him to clear up some stuff that people think. Because that's why I'm
first
here.
of all, I never said that, so we never talked
Okay,
about
straight.
moon or nothing right now. So fuck or ever. I don't know no moon, man. I can't see it from a telescope. I don't see what Neil Armstrong supposedly was all that and left the lunar lander. You'd think, white folks, they would be pointing that out and selling tickets to that shit. But since they ain't doing that and they ain't pumping it up, and nobody went to no damn moon. If anything, I'd be like they did that at Studio A at Fox Theater Studios and shit right there. But people can say what they want to say, and that's the beauty of ignorance. Everybody got an opinion, and everybody want to just say whatever they want to. It ain't even on topic. We've been talking about jurisdiction and all this stuff, and the moon. Like,
the moon.
The fuck that got to do with anything, man? Who care about the damn moon and who went to the moon? The fuck? Don't nobody give a shit about that.
The moon,
Well, that's one who asked about Naya Shabal L. No, I know Naya Shabal L. He's just like the rest of them. He needs some money, baby. He'll get you into his situation, and then he'll tell you he needs $1,000 from you. So yeah, I know Nabu Shael. I know a lot of these chiefs out here.
You said Shaboon. What is it? Shabu?
Naya Shabu L.
Oh,
I know a lot of these people that call themselves chief, just like I call myself chief. But it ain't, like I said, it ain't what I do. It ain't just be called a chief. It's what I do to call me a chief. So y'all can keep on. We can keep on playing, but it's about getting solutions and moving forward. Peace.
Absolutely. So I don't respect nobody as a quote unquote chief if they don't, like you said, if they ain't doing chief work. So you just be like regular dude to me. Ain't even gonna honor you as that because I don't know you and you ain't my damn daddy or my mama. So it don't even matter in that aspect. You just another dude, an idiot on the street or whatever. And everybody got a right to believe what they want to believe. But belief is for suckers. And I say that wholeheartedly to wake people up because when you were little, you believed in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. But when you grew up, you know that wasn't real. So beliefs ain't real. Even by the definition, it's made up stuff. So since everybody can make up some stuff, why does the world got to go with your made up stuff? And my stuff ain't a belief. It's just law right there in lineage and history, backed up and supported by facts and architecture and sculpture and art and all kind of cool stuff throughout the ages. A belief ain't got based on nothing. You can't prove Santa Claus nothing, Easter Bunny nowhere. Jesus Christ anything. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that going down. So since you can't, you know,
Right.
and then every place that said that them places exist, everybody who said it or who made it up, they was like, yeah, we making this up right here. So, you know,
I,
there's that.
I got a question.
No,
Now
we don't do beliefs.
for this land grab, I don't know if it's the right proper term. Coda, cut me some slack, bro. I don't know if it's the proper term, but like for this, this land grab, or
Mm-hmm.
us going after certain lands. Um, how does that work? Do you know how that work? Do we like pick the land we want? Do we like we say, okay, well we've been on this land the longest, and so can you like
Well, it
elaborate on it a little
works.
bit?
Well, it works exactly like the law stated works. We have a right to use, to have, because this is our house. It's not a land grab as much as it would be a reclaiming of land that was stolen. So there's that dynamic. What they're doing, the Europeans call it a land grab because they grabbing land that don't belong to them. So it's a land grab for them. They got another name for land grab. It's called gentrification. Maybe people have heard of that or are experiencing it right now, to where a neighborhood was predominantly all of our people. Now you don't see none of your people there. And they threaten to kick everybody out, foreclose on people, and move you out and build up your area that you once lived in, and now you can no longer afford to live there. So that's called gentrification, which is synonymous with genocide and all of these other things, colonization, etc.
So, so you saying we should just gentrification them back?
No, there's no such thing as called land reclamation. You can't gentrify somebody while you're in your own house. And
So
gentrification
how do
only is
we
one way.
pick the land? As people, like myself who just getting in
Start with
touch
your own house.
to some
Start
of the
with your
deep
house.
knowledge.
I'm gonna say
Um,
start with the house that you at or your apartment. Start there.
so just
Start
so
with
just
behind your
start to with
house.
the lineage. So go back to the lineage and then say, okay, well, we looking at this land. This could have been, or let's see if we can find some attachment to this land.
Well, I'm gonna
Or
say that would be for an actual class for people who are ready to hear that information. On this platform, ain't nobody ready to hear it. They may want it, but they don't even know who they are first. So if you don't know who you are, ain't none of this gonna help you. It's like a moot point to even touch on it because that's a bigger step than just freeing yourself from a traffic ticket or
right,
not having your child taken away from you at the hospital when you're giving birth and all of this stuff.
right.
So
So,
there's
but
those immediate problems to take care of first. And then we can address that. But until the immediate problem of understanding who you are,
right,
land ain't nowhere. That's like rocket science right now to somebody in kindergarten. It ain't part of they
yeah,
nothing, they curriculum. So we can't even go into that right now because it's too much to go into. Yes, you would just pick your land anywhere you want to pick it, any land, literally. But now you got to know how to go about getting it. And
okay,
that's
okay.
the
That's what. Right.
expertise.
That's okay.
But picking land ain't a big deal. You could
Right.
pick anything you want to pick. Okay, now that you picked it, now what? Now you got to go get it. So, yeah, you could pick anything that you see with your two eyeballs in America, no matter where in America you at. Number one. Number two, how you get it. Well, that's a whole different ball game. So pick away. Picking ain't the same as owning it, occupying it, and having it and utilizing it. It's just picking. Ooh, I like that car, but it ain't your car. You ain't driving off the lot with you just window shopping. So you can window shop on your own time. That don't mean you getting anything. So we ain't talking about the window shopping. So yeah, go window shop if you want to. Pick whatever land you want to. Great. Knock yourself out. But to grab the land that you pick, that entitles about 2, 3, 4 years of understanding at the least bit to be proficient on your first time out. Most people who did it on their own, still took about that amount of time. So either way you look at it, whether you sit down and learn it or you're practicing it and experiment with it yourself at an early step, you're gonna find either way it's going to take you about that time frame to be successful. So it's better if you sit down and go through the college, so to speak, or 4 years, so to speak, and sit down and learn the lessons before you get on the job to do what you went to college for. It's called train first, then do it second.
Right. Right. So,
And without the training, you ain't going to be able to do it, so don't worry about it.
but the chat, the chat been giving you mad respect. You know what I'm saying? It's even one of my trolls in there. He got some good shit to say. He always got some bullshit to say about me every video. I ain't never made a good video ever in my life. Motherfucker always got some shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's even giving you props as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop your email in the chat again. I know your voice is getting a little hoarse and you know, but you just put in the full like 18, man. Like
Right?
man, like this is for real, y'all. Like where they do that at? You know? Like even the
Yeah, man, we could keep going for days and weeks and years about it because it's something that's very important and it is your driving force. And yeah, I joke around with a lot of stuff and I'm a very funny guy to be around. Trust me on that. I like to lay back as hard as the rest of them. I like to really enjoy life without any encumbrances. And because I like that type of lifestyle,
I don't know about that,
gives me
Coda.
the
You mean as
energy.
hell, bro. You mean as
Hey,
hell, man.
hey, but check
You
this out, time. Time. You have
who
never
that
hung
laughing?
out
Cause
with
they
me
know it's true as hell.
in
The
the
truth
Bahama.
hurt like a motherfucker.
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
He's as sweet as pie.
Oh, okay.
It's the real
Okay.
truth of the matter. It's just, a matter as serious as what we have to deal with needs someone who has a firm understanding and won't waver. When you look at pictures of Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, boy oh boy, you just wonder if they ever smiled because every picture that I've ever seen of both of them and more serious brothers and sisters like them, they ain't have time. They wasn't playing no games. And it comes a time where, especially you as the person or the entity or the being that is the leader and the voice of the people, you have to be very astute and you have to be very specific because we're dealing with law and law is very specific and you cannot use words. This is a Armageddon, the war of words, and these words have gotten us caught up in so many various situations and it has broken us down. Even our culture has been robbed and stolen from us and hidden from us. Our way of living, our way of building and agriculture, our whole societies have been stolen away from us. And the reality of that is, we need someone who knows what they're talking about in these different arenas. And so the application of fixing this whole thing becomes real, becomes tangible, begins to manifest. And so I salute him for his non-wavering rigid ways at times, and he beats people. And that's where the laughter comes in because I know differently. Not so much that I agree with the fact that he's mean. He's so not mean. He is just the leader that has been called to do this thing and to do this task and rear people together because we don't have time. We are at war. Our people are dying in droves in pockets and areas that you can't even imagine, that is not broadcast on the news. There are people dying right now in nursing homes and hospitals because of eugenics and foster homes and care and oh the atrocities go on and on and on. And so Monsanto's the food that we're eating, the water, the chemtrails in the sky, the fracking. We are whew, this is a serious time, and we need a serious brother like Coda who ain't got time for no shucking and jiving and no games. That's why this man did just put in virtually 16, and what we at 18 hours into this with virtually no food, sustaining himself on water because this is serious to him. This ain't no game. Through all of, the debates and trying to stick it through to see through to the understanding and not to be misunderstood and not to feel attacked. Chief Holiday, thank you for the platform. Thank you for keeping this line open. Ty Data, big ups to you as well. But there isn't no offense really to be taken. The brother doesn't mean any harm when he uses some harsh words at times, just to say, hey, 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 stop that. Sometimes you got to wrangle the children in, the students in, those who are being taught, so that they listen. And we have all been brainwashed and colonized, and we need to decolonize. And that's what this brother is bringing to us. Not just his belief, not no belief system at all. He's pointing you to the laws, that which governs those who are in this thing, uh, perhaps called a citizen, perhaps not, straddling on the fence, wanting to know more, wanting to know how to get out of this system, out of the matrix, and into a self-governing position. And we just need the right people who are not wavering and whispering in the corner on the sideline like, uh, yeah, I just got beat up by that brother Coda. Well, what was you doing? Was you doing something wrong?
No, I said the word try, and he went
No, no,
off.
no. Oh man. Hey, that's your teacher for you. Teacher, shoot.
And that's what, but that's what teachers do. And when you
Yeah.
see, even when you're learning something, it's imperative that you get it. You can't, like you said, we can't be lazy with it. So
Y'all see
something
how I
simple.
am, don't you? He taught me, he teach me this way too. That's why I'm like I am, y'all. He's my teacher. And if you can, you almost can probably tell that he has been teaching me by the way I speak sometimes, because I speak with the authority that I know I have now.
That's right.
Because prior to that, I was weak in my authority. I didn't know I had any. So prior to Coda teaching me and teaching me with the aggression that he has, it gave me that type of aggression where I know same thing he do, I can do it too. What? Yeah, everybody need to know this. Everybody need to know where they can go in there and pick the meat and eat the bones out and be able to make that work for them. So that's what it's about. It's about getting in where you fit in and do what you're supposed to do about your own business. Because he's teaching it. And it's up to us to really grab it and apply it to where we need it in our life. It's just like a band-aid. You might have cut yourself. You need it right there. So it's up to you to grab everything that he says and apply it. Because it's you're the only one gonna be able to do it. He can't do it for you. He done did his. So we got to do what we got to do for our own way of life, for our own correction in this madness.
Yeah.
I relinquish the mic.
I know he got, Coda got a strong personality. That's why I made that YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Cuz I know I'm a goofball, you know what I'm saying? And Chief Holiday's another serious dude, but you know what I'm saying? But he can get goofy a little bit. But Coda don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes we crash a little bit. I'm like, just like, nah, bro, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And and I know he's passionate. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he went in, and I definitely respect it. I learned a lot from Coda. You know what I'm saying? And also other people on the panel as well. Lieber's son, you know what I'm saying? Lieber's son teach me a lot too. And but I'm hungry for knowledge too. But especially when it comes to law is fascinating. You know what I'm saying? Law is very fascinating because it's not one of those things where you can just yap and be goofy with. You see what I'm saying? You can he can say something we can really pull up. We can really go pull it up. Like, bro, this ain't right. You see what I'm saying? Instead of debating about the moon and shit, man, ain't nobody never been there, bro. We don't know, man. Don't none of you niggas know no damn quantum mathematics or no goddamn quantum. None of y'all niggas know that shit. So don't even be trying to talk because we both look dumb. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to law, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? You could go look. You could literally look it up as he talking on your phone and literally be like, damn, he right on. Or if you got something to say, oh no, that's not right, and then he can break it down. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with the law, I definitely respect. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for that because I know I'm clueless of it, and I hope don't offend nobody. But yeah, law is really not. It's it. Takes, he talk about how long it take. It take a long time. It take lots and lots of study. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, he went in, and 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 he w It don't take, you know what I'm saying, not no
Yeah, it
couple
just
books.
take a lot of it takes a lot of study. I don't want to put out there it takes a long time. It just takes the dedication to really learn the words. And we do so much in our lives to stay afloat that might be to some people in certain situations a far off reality. It's not the immediate pressing needs.
I got a
You
question,
know?
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, because we know, that it isn't for everybody, right? I mean, as much as we want people to learn the law, we know that the majority of the people that's just not for them. They're not going to be able to pick up on it. They're not going to be able to use it to, you know to be an individual, um, almost, I'm not going to say law practicing, but they're not going to just have that in them. You know what I'm saying? So we still have to provide some type of advocacy for them. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that they're not going to be able to do it.
Brother, and your heart is in a great place. But the ancient wisdom say everybody ain't gonna make it. Because you can't advocate for people you can't advocate for. You can't advocate for property to have rights. It doesn't work. It was called the Civil Rights Bill of 1800s, 1900s, etc., so on and so forth. Said it doesn't work. Can't reinvent the wheel. So this is the time. And they speak about that in several religious texts. Not to go all there, but I'm going to go there a little bit with the Revelations situation. And it states if people don't get it, then they're going to perish. That's real. So this is about cleansing your own spirit, so to speak. And if you don't want to do a thing, then you're not hungry, then you don't eat. And
That's
closed
not that's
mouths
that's that's
never
not
get
what I'm
fed
that's not what I'm talking
type
about though,
situation.
Coda. I'm not talking
Oh,
about
okay.
that. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about, because some people are spiritual people, right? And they can pick up all day on that. If you want to talk about spirituality, they will learn what it is they need to learn for that, right? But they're
And
not the same people that, because some people love the law. They love learning about law. They're those people, you know what I'm saying? So you have all different types of people that do different types of things, but
and
they
and you're
everything,
right.
you know what I'm saying? And
Let me add to that. So the spirituality aspect, let's say people caught up in church or whatever the case is. That's all the Bible talks about is laws too. So you can't get away of it just because you don't like to engage with it. You can't get away with it because there's laws that govern everybody's existence. Whether you like it or not, it does. So either the Bible sets down laws. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet, blah, blah, blah. In the Quran, the same way in every religion. So you
yeah, but
can't even go there. Can't, man,
well, what
look,
I'm saying is, but they spent 50 years in church, though. You know what I'm
it
saying?
still
So
goes over, but they the same laws. The problem
right,
is,
but that may be true, but they're not held up to them. You know what I'm
then they
saying?
will die and perish, and ain't nothing you could do, nothing I could do. Because if they not standing in the law, there is no help for those people.
That may be the case, but what I'm saying is that they're not like, somebody ain't gonna come and pull your ass over for, not obeying the laws of the, you understand what I'm saying, man.
Oh,
All
they
I'm
pull you
saying is,
over for anything right now,
right,
so
right.
it doesn't
Well, what
even
I'm
matter.
saying
They
is,
do.
but even in the Matrix, even though it's a crooked system, right? But they still provide for advocacy, whether or not it's, sham or whatever the case may be.
Have the
Uh,
police ever advocated for anybody?
yeah, for the higher class, yeah, yeah.
Since
That,
they don't,
that-
I'm talking about do the police advocate for the people being oppressed? Let's clarify that.
well, not at the bottom of the list, no.
Good.
Not at the bottom of the caste system, no.
Absolutely not. Since they don't, and our people at the bottom, we ain't even make our people, the African Americans, the stateless people, ain't even on the list. So shit, that's ain't even on the list because you stateless. You can't even make it to the list. So the police very much.
And to listen to this. This is second out and he ain't had no sleep. He said he listening, he learning.
Oh, his
My
second
brother,
all nighter. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Afghanistan. That's
yeah. I
what's
mean,
up.
Okay.
yeah, but he gotta be fair though on my comments though, cause it's like all his comments is like all negative. You know
He
what I'm
said he
saying?
just trying to learn. He's away and he trying to learn. So
J-
yeah,
Just
yeah, they don't know how to ask questions.
right, just
Yeah.
balance it so that way I can learn too. Because if you like
Right.
something and you say, "Hey man, I like that," and then you say, "Hey man, I don't like that," yeah, I just learned something. But if all you say is, "I don't like that" and "I don't like that," man, I ain't learning. Like what the hell? Like tell me what you do like. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance. It's like man, it comes off like a troll. You know when the person always tell you what they don't like and
Well, my man in like he in like
they
the
never
army or
tell you
something.
what they do like.
What is the brother in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines?
I'm not sure. Let me ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Okay,
Um,
it looks like it's good now.
are we back on? Okay, yeah.
Will, are you in service? Where are you? They want to know where you at in Afghan.
Yeah, man, Memorial Day. Like,
Yeah. Is it a brother or a sister?
It's a brother, Will.
Oh, okay. Peace to the brother.
we can't. Was
Will,
that
they
Flo?
want to speak with you.
Yeah,
Where you
from
from? You in Afghanistan? They want to know.
Somebody said they are trolls. I know that's trolling. That's what trolls do, man. Trolls find the most negative shit on everything.
You say I am a military contractor in Shinadad with
Shinzo.
with the special forces.
So he out there like
Okay, contractor, right?
sleeping with the wolves and uh, on the alert.
Doing his thing,
Wow.
right? Doing his
Right.
thing.
You getting ready to be in our army, right? Yeah. Yeah, boy, to get that knowledge.
yeah, tell him we need him.
Yes, we
Right,
Look,
do.
right.
but look, I want sometimes, man, it's like this, man. And I know that everybody have their own opinions, their own feelings about it. But one thing I know for certain is that you can never tell where the next genius is coming from, right? So sometimes you have to just extend your hand, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not going to be able to save everybody, but you never know who the person is that you might save. You know what I'm
And you're
saying?
right. That's
And
what's
and
our
that can
duty
be
to
that,
know the
and it can
seeds,
be
right?
that Neo, and it can be that Neo. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
that's why I never discount it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can expect it, you can expect it. You know, saying, well, I know that ain't gonna be that many, that it's gonna really
Right, right.
gravitate or whatever,
No,
whatever.
you're absolutely right.
But yeah, but you gotta keep it up because you just never know.
And that's why I
You know
said
what I'm
you
saying?
always got to be in awareness raising mode.
Yeah,
Not
And
yeah, yeah.
and
not
that's true. Can I say
necessarily
this? Can I
saving
say
mode,
this?
but awareness raising.
Yeah, go ahead, mama.
Yes.
Libra, it's very true. And the hardest thing it is for me to know that I got just had two brand new babies. Two brand new babies that I seen come in this world in my
Congratulations.
lineage.
Congratulations.
I, if I can put my hands on them and teach them, but if that other than that, congratulations on that damn demise. I'm focused here, and I understand that even them babies there because of my knowledge, they don't have to make it because they parents ain't with me. They parents don't want to hear this stuff. You see? So those babies might perish. And I gotta be willing to understand this bad as it hurts me.
I'm
Because
with
that's what I strive for my babies. For
you,
that
We
they
mama.
won't know,
we
so
out
that they'll
here.
know what the truth is. But
Right,
I have to be true to myself to
right.
understand that even them little babies, oh my goodness, I hate it. But if they mama and they daddy don't adhere to this understanding, those little babies are in trouble. And that's what I deal with on a daily. My great grandbabies, five
Right.
of them that might perish because of their damn parents.
Well, don't give up on it yet. You know what
We
I'm
out
saying? They,
here.
they still babies. But look, you're not by yourself, mama. I mean, we all have family that don't understand or don't want to hear it or whatever the case may be, because for whatever reason. But I don't give up hope. You know what I'm saying? Because I know one at some point it's going to be a time that I can get to them. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, I still be around and do it. But I'm just hopeful that one day I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get everybody to know what's real. You know what I mean? So I have to do whatever I have to do, even if I have to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because you know why? Because what we do is so much more bigger. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? It's so much more bigger than our families, even though
Indeed.
our families are very important to us. But what we're doing
Hmm.
is way bigger than that. You know what I'm
And do
Yep.
you
saying?
know my family don't even know? They don't even know
I got
me.
you, Mama.
They
I
don't
got
even
you.
know me.
I
Y'all
got
know
you.
me more than my
Right, right.
own child.
We all are in the same boat with that. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, we are all in the same boat. Everybody in the chat, they know their family members. Don't even mess with them talking about talking about this stuff. And we that's why we're family. I mean, relatives. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's
if we
because
build it,
that is
they will
why.
come.
Look, I'm telling you, this is why we come together here. We come together here because we actually can know each other. You know what I'm saying? We can know each other better than our family can know each other, can
If
know
we
us. You
got
know what I'm
to,
saying?
yep. If we got to.
And this is why we live for this. This is why we
That's
do
true.
this day and we do it day and night. What don't
That's
nothing
true. I
what
wake up to see y'all guys. I
man?
wake up
I
for
don't
this.
I don't look. I'm in my 50s. Nothing have ever held my attention. This song, you know what I'm saying? Nothing has held my attention to wake up and go to sleep and wake up and go to sleep and wake up and go to sleep.
This, huh?
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This broadcast has been on for 24 hours, right? We was going all weekend long, right? This this
Mhm.
this is something more than family to us. This is much bigger than that.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying? Because it's a cause that we feel that we have to do because if we don't do it, it's not going to get done.
That's
Nobody's going to pick
right.
up this ball. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do it. This is our really pretty much our only chance. I'm gonna just say that this is our only chance. So we gotta stand strong
We gotta do
in
this.
in, in order for it to happen. Because if we falter at any point now, it's never gonna happen.
That's
We might
right.
as well forget about our future, our children's, grandchildren's, great grandchildren's. It's all gonna be done. It's all gonna be over.
Laney 5813 checked in. How you doing? Just in the, yeah.
Peace, sis.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is important,
Intimate.
even though some
This
people,
is
they
very
looking at it,
awesome.
they
It
looking at it
really.
like, well, y'all on the internet doing this and that, whatever. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? It's like if that's all it was, then why are you here?
Mhm.
Glitton
You understand?
Ikahana.
in the building.
Ikahana. Now you see
Yes,
what
chick.
it's in the back chat.
Lynn Moore in
Ikahana,
the
she's
building.
always like, Mama Chief, you in the back chat. What are you doing? This is what Mama Chief is doing.
I can
Wow,
take it,
somebody
Chief.
said I'm new to this information. I've been listening for 2 days. Can't stop tuning in.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
But thank you. But make sure y'all understand. We got Big Hawk in the building. Big Hawk, everybody know Big Hawk got a karate school. Down there in Detroit, the toughest man on TribeUp.app.
We
Peace
so
to
Everybody
big
drop
Big
it down.
time.
Hawk.
Big
Peace,
Hawk.
bruh.
Big Hawk.
Yeah.
We got to remember that. You know what I'm saying. You ain't learned nothing until you checked it out. You know what I'm saying. Just because you heard it, it ain't real until you go check it. You know what I'm saying. Just go check it out, and then you be like, oh, okay, it's real then. If you ain't checked it out, then that's just some shit you heard on the internet. You gotta keep that shit to yourself. Don't tell nobody
That's
that.
right. That's
Because if
right.
they
That's
ask you, bro, where
right.
you get that from? Oh, I seen it on the internet. Nigga, you blew up.
No, don't
Ain't
tell
nobody trying to hear
nobody.
that, bro. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
You need. You know what I'm saying? You tell somebody something, it better be something you looked up. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man, I heard of
It
them
takes
guys on
time.
the internet. And but wait, finish. Let me finish first before you look at me weird. I actually
Right.
checked it out and it checked out. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
make sure y'all check this stuff out. You know, and then that way you can move it on. You can tell it with confidence. You know.
Right.
Right. But you know what, too, though, man, you got to understand, too, even though we go through a lot of information, right? We go through a lot of history. We go through a lot of law. You know what I'm saying? We go through a lot of things, man. But at the end of the day, we even go beyond that because as we gain understanding of this information, it's almost like we have revelation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you speak revelations to people's soul. You know what I'm saying? So because when they hear something that they've never heard before, you know what I'm saying, it touch them in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
and it speaks to them. It speaks to their soul, man.
Yeah.
And that's I'm hoping that that's what it is that we can continue to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been around a long time in a lot of different places, and a lot of times we say things that I've never heard in my life. You know what I'm saying? And and,
Yeah.
and trust me, I know a little bit about a lot of shit, right? So just that being said, man, I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I even say things that I never said before in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm hoping that everybody feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more than just taking in the information. It's
Yeah.
about having, understanding and being able to apply, you know, to obtain wisdom through the information. Deciphering and dodging the hijacked information, and you know, um, it's a lot, man. It's a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yep.
we're grateful for everybody that tunes in, and we're hoping that we're giving you, what you need.
Yep. And we got a lot of work to do. We ain't done nothing yet, y'all. We just getting started. So we just playing right now. You know what I'm saying? We just giving y'all the just I mean, yeah, we got a lot of work to do. But I think Coda got the world record now. He going down in Aboriginal community world history. He just pulled a whole 16, 18 off. So Chief, I don't know. He might have got you on that, bro. Cause like, yeah. But I can check it
Baby,
out.
keep it on.
Where Chief at? Chief out, Chief in there. Chief with
Leave
the
Chief alone. Chief say no.
Chief with the sleep. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
still the
A1 clock out
marathon. He's the
about
Yeah.
marathon
12
king.
o'clock. You know what I'm
Who?
saying? But
Oh,
Dane
Chief, I
done
was
went in
back.
for a minute. I don't see Dane go in for a minute too. But I don't know. I ain't see nobody pull like no 16 off. Maybe I don't know. What you think? Aboriginal
I
TV
know,
one.
I don't know. I know the Empress almost did. I
The
think she
Empress.
did.
Yes, he sure
Yeah,
did. Yeah, we
Woo, the
did it.
Empress will
We
yeah.
cut
did.
your ass out for a whole
For
16,
16 hours.
bro. Like you don't want
Oh,
that, bro. Like
16, I say. Yes. Yes, she will.
you don't want that word. You don't.
You don't want that. You don't want that nowadays.
Say that. Call that the Sweet 16 right there.
Oh
Sweet
shit.
16 on them right there.
Yeah, but that
But
gotta
Coda
go down
go
in history though. That's that his bill going down in history because yeah, he pulled that
Coda
shit
would
off,
go
bro.
like that. He would go like that. He would go right now. He still wanna go, but he
Yeah,
needs to
I can
forget.
tell. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just leaning back. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all little reprieve right now.
Hey
So
Ty, what was
it's
the
all good.
longest? Hey Ty, what was the longest broadcast we did? Like 78 hours, right?
no, we did a
Man,
week, bro.
Now we did 70. Yeah, that's damn near 2 weeks for real.
Let me see.
78 hours. That's like a 2 week job.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
2 week
yeah,
job. That's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
putting in 80 hours right there.
yeah,
Yeah, man, we put in 78 hours, man.
Hey
yeah,
y'all, let me
yeah.
give you
We did
this
a
one right
week.
here from Afghanistan right quick. Will
Uh,
say, man, I have been learning since 2008. I was in Iraq when a brother put it into into this knowledge. But at that time, I was learning about Pan Africanism. but I wasn't feeling it. But now, beloveds, I feel home. Now that's powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
That's
powerful.
Will.
That's
powerful,
powerful
y'all.
Look,
right there.
look.
yeah,
That's
but
very
Will been
don't
All
cuss
the
rocking
way
with
us
us.
in
out tomorrow, though,
Afghanistan.
bro. Don't cuss us out
Yeah. No,
tomorrow
no, no.
and take that
Will
back.
been.
Oh, he good, y'all.
No,
All
no,
the way in
no.
Man,
Look,
will
Afghanistan.
cuss
We
look,
your
gotta
ass
get
out.
him some up and some
look.
And
love.
he's a vet.
Will,
Love to
He's a vet.
Will in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Will been rocking
love.
with us for a while, man. Trust me. He's been away for a while, but yeah, Will been rock with us for a while.
Well, we got to
Well, we
figure out how to
He
say
just
his last name, though.
he just came back. Yeah, he just came back, but he used to rock with us for a while.
well
It's
we throwing it
Florissant.
out.
For
Florissant. Florissant. Did I say it
The
kind of correct,
fluorescent,
Will?
fluorescent,
Fluorescent. Fluorescent.
I think.
fluorescent,
Yeah, I am you. We are still here. I took a little power nap and woke up, y'all. I'm wide open now.
you cheated. You cheated.
Right, she cheated. I
I,
ain't even had a power nap.
I
What
took a
power
power.
nap?
I ain't gonna lie.
I
I
need
just woke up a little bit ago,
I took a
All right,
power nap.
all right.
but I've been in and
right. I
out.
need
Look,
my
hey,
power nap.
Chad,
Then
Chad, you
where's
finally
my
got
nap?
colder to chill. See,
Like a fluorescent fisher, y'all. Y'all, his
you
name is
finally got
fluorescent,
look.
like fluorescent fish.
Yeah, Coda
Fiction.
Yeah,
start on the 100. Here, Coda start on the 100.
no,
Like here,
look, you
coming
finally
in on
got
the
look.
100.
I know you finally got him to chill now. He in chill mode for a minute. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
good question,
Yeah,
Lynn. How do
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
get these blue wrenches? Do they get these blue wrenches by the time when they come on
No, he
and
been.
they
I told you he been around for a while.
Nah,
He
they
no
been
they
no
he
no
been
no
usually
no
if
checking
they've
no
been around
no
for a while, we'll give them a wrench. Or if they the first
no,
person in the room
you
and they
missing my question.
meet the
You miss,
moderators.
you missing my question.
in. Okay.
Everybody just about in here got a damn wrench. And I don't think y'all gave them to them. Because at the beginning, when you first come on, it'll ask you about getting a wrench. And it's
Really?
giving people wrenches as they come in the doggone door.
Are you
Nah,
serious?
I'm
nah.
serious.
I think that was Chief doing that.
No,
Chief is
no,
giving
Chief.
them.
He ain't gave all these folks no wrenches, I'm sure.
I
This,
don't know. He gave a lot of people wrenches though.
That'd be me. That'd be me.
Oh yeah,
I usually
okay.
give out the wrenches. I usually give them to
It
people
used to
that's
be
been
to the
around for
first one.
I
You
mean,
right.
know what?
because we had a more guy in there with a wrench. In there just acting all out, they had to stop him. That's why I said,
Yeah.
I don't
So
believe
Well,
y'all.
sometimes I get trolls wrenches because they keep the chat going. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people, you know what I'm saying, they give us
You
Google
and
ring.
bed now, See you will get us in trouble, child. I'm telling you right now in front of everybody. You need to check with some of us before you do some of the stuff you do, because we cannot let the enemy have no handle on us.
Gee,
Come on,
it's just
you
a
gotta stop that. We
it's
can't
just a
get an
troll.
enemy
It's
no
not.
in on us. If they the enemy, you gonna keep their ass at
Hold up.
bay.
It's just a brother. You know what I'm saying? It's just another brother.
They
That,
enemies when they ain't with us. You gotta understand that. They ain't my brother. You ain't gonna get me killed like that.
ooh,
We
that
gotta
hurt,
watch
man. That
ourselves, brother. You gotta understand this is very serious.
it's
Very serious. These niggas
just
behind these damn ranches, you don't know them from Adam. They is in here for a reason. I saw a bunch of ATF come up in here while Coda went to talking about the round earth. They came in here for some bullshit. So we got to be careful not to let that happen when we building. When
they
we're
had
building, we
wrenches.
need to build.
They had wrenches.
yeah, a
I'm
lot of
telling
people be
you,
having wrenches ain't got no business with no
they
wrench.
ain't got no business with. A lot of people ain't got no business with them, so that needs to be checked. That's just like the
Well,
chat
that's
room is
usually what I
running
give
red.
wrenches out. If you got
The
a
chat
dope
room
ass
is
name,
running ratchet while y'all back there on the panel, and
but
y'all not paying attention. Nobody has ever, and I used to be in the back in the chat room and used to be furious because nobody would answer no questions. Nobody would pay attention to what the chat is talking about because the panel is on the panel.
but
Panels need to check the chat and always be intermingling with the people on
Dre,
the chat because
right.
they are very important. That's why you're here. We're
But
here to talk to the people.
this usually why I get rich. And I understand we ain't always had 2,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We
I
started with a
understand.
couple. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand.
So just to have a couple people watching was just, made you feel lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Understand.
Cause we worked our way up here, and I understand. The platform is growing. It still ain't that big, but it's growing a little bit.
I
But
understand,
you know what I'm
baby.
saying? A long time ago, we had what 4 people in the chat. We was just like,
Average
we
15 people.
right. 12 people, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
know.
it's a different environment, you know what I'm saying? We ain't out to selling people off to some boards or some shit until it's not that serious. but you know, I
It's
usually give
serious
names.
though.
But I usually give names to people we know, like Nino G ain't got no ring, so he finna get one because we know Nino G. And then for people who got real, you know, real unique names that I like, it just stands out. You know what I'm saying? I
Peace
usually
to
give
the
them
young
rings.
god,
And
Nino.
and then, you know, people who
Hold
comes
up.
in first in the chat, if you can beat the moderators to the chat, I usually give you a rings. And sometimes I keep the trolls, you know, it's one or two. You know what I'm saying? I don't just be giving them out like, you know what I'm saying, niggas coming here talking shit and I'm like, I'm gonna troll you up. You know what I'm saying? It's one or two. Most of them we know them. They've been around for a long time. We know them, and they keep the chat popping. You know what I'm saying? Like Sister Renee, like that's Chief, one of Chief's best friends. You know what I'm saying? She come in here, she get to
Yes,
talking.
indeed.
It would, you know, it keep the chat popping, and Chief know her, like he like really know her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I try to keep it on that level, yeah, some of these people like I don't know where some of these people come from. I gotta be straight up. Some of these people I've never seen this shit, so I don't know if people change their name or not or how that work. But yeah, some of these people I never.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes they do that too, though.
yeah, right. Sometimes people change their name up, and some
Yeah.
people, yeah, I have seen some new people. I'm like, damn, this is my first time seeing you. You couple up out with the rich and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, maybe this must have been a long time ago when y'all ain't want nobody watching, and you were just happy to have somebody, and you just wrenched them up. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a person. You know what I'm saying? Just have
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah,
to,
this is
talk to sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is a serious business. But I mean, we ain't finna
Yeah.
sell the people out to the damn Jews and shit. Like, no, we ain't finna,
Uh,
like, no, let me quit. It said, "I apologize." So introduce myself to the panel. How you doing? Yeah. So people coming out, but these are the hardcore people. You know what I'm saying? 2 in the morning. Was we 2 in the morning? We 3 in the morning over here on this side of the earth, or whatever you
Miss
want to call it. If the
Moore.
flat earthers
Wait a
don't,
minute. You didn't even read that time. Miss Moore say if she's intruding. No, darling, you're not intruding. Why would
right,
you say that?
right. You good? You good?
Did
You good?
nobody offend you? Did they? No, baby, you wonderful. Peace and love to you.
Yeah. See, we know Nino G. You know what I'm saying? He's another guy that deal with law. Nino G is another law
oh,
dude.
Nino's a young phenom.
Yup. He get on this panel. Yeah, he'll blow your mind, Cody. Yup. He get on that law stuff.
And that's
So
what's up. That's what's
yeah,
up.
I'm surprised he ain't even here. Like, where you been? He got him a new little job and shit. He got bougie on it. Like, what's the deal? He got
Ah,
that.
right. That's how it go. That's how it go.
Nino, hit me up, man. Data Dogs 33, so we can get you the link. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
talking about self
Nino G.
governance.
Where you at?
I'm a young brother from Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He
that's how we make him out there.
Nino Mafudu.
Nino G. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know if you want the link, man. Then both sisters out there, like, damn,
What's
shit
up,
be,
woke sister?
be
Whoa,
popping.
sister.
I am you still out there. I
You
am
know
you a
why?
vet too.
We've been
You
out
know
here
I'm
since
you don't
Another
never
11,
mean
sleep.
sis.
ass vet.
You know I'm you don't never sleep, man. That dude never sleep.
Yeah.
Only time he sleep is when he on the panel and shit.
Now, who is that? Who is that be sleep on the panel?
He said, I'm you the only time he go to sleep when he get on the panel. Cutting them logs up. Sound like chainsaws going off in there.
Oh
Chainsaw
man.
malfunction up in that joint.
We going there.
Sound like a whole lumber yard up in that joint. Like, whoa, dude.
Man, we have had panels where the whole panel be sleeping. Shit.
I know I done it a couple times too. I done done it a couple times.
Everybody be snoring in the panel, man. That shit be crazy.
Everybody snoring on the track and whatnot.
And guess what? People still be in the chat. Listen to niggas snow. We be like, how about like, man, did you hear that last night? We on the phone like, holy shit, bro. Like, it was empty as hell for like an hour. We had people in there chopping it up. You
Right?
remember the first time we did that? We like, damn.
I know, man. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is home, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's no place like home, man. There's no place like home, man. Everybody, even in the chat, they can chop it up with each other, you know.
Yup. Yup.
So that's what we encourage, man, for people to talk to each other, man. Man, they be in the chat going sometimes, man. It don't even matter what's being said on the panel.
And I am encouraging boots on the ground. You know, it's another thing to be on the chat and knowing each other and seeing each other on here, and it brings joy to our heart. But the most joyous part is when you can meet, physically lay your eyes on your sister and your brothers that you haven't seen for thousands of years.
Yeah,
Believe
but they be actually doing that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just like, when so many people have been asking for your contact information.
Yeah.
You got people saying, "Man, I'm in Texas. You in Texas? All right, boom, boom, bam." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I had a
it
brother come
happens.
to the shop, you know what I'm saying? If he's out there, shout out to the brother. I had a brother, you know what I'm saying? He's one
Ty
of the
had somebody come to his
People's
store.
Town. You're
yeah,
right, I am you.
yeah,
You know
Shout
what
out
I'm
to
saying?
People's Town. Yeah. Shout out to
So
people.
I mean, it's happening. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
the
It's
reason
happening.
I said that I am you, little son, is because of the fact that you know my people have been putting boots on the ground. So I'm
Oh, yeah,
promoting it. I'm promoting it that it needs to be much done, much more,
yeah.
and not because you're in Georgia. Because next month I'm planning to be in Mississippi. You know,
right, right.
and that's what I'm.
It's
Yeah.
doing a
it's
body cam.
happening, man. Trust me,
Hey Ty,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
hey Ty, tell Will that Sundays we have well, I guess he hearing it. We got class on Sundays at 6:30. So if like people want to be more interactive with reading and more comprehension with a lot of the documents and things that we speak about, and even the history, to join on Sundays, and you can get more intimate with the information, and
Yeah.
that's what it's going to take for us to internalize it. We
Yeah.
have to
Okay.
And the
internalize this
information is
information.
in your face because they go through the actual documents and read the actual document. It's not like a group chat where we just chatting about it. So they literally break it down line by line by line. You know what I'm saying? And you get the question. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a good experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a good experience, especially you know what I'm saying. If law your thing, that's where you should be at. Um. Oh. Somebody. We don't know, man. Oh, somebody said say something about the body cams. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Ty,
So
you got to do that.
so that's just Bluetooth. You know what I'm saying? They just Bluetooth cams.
No,
Put a little strap on them, and you got you some body cams. You know what I'm saying? It will hook
Ty.
up, huh?
You talking about what me and I am you talking about? He already talked to you about it.
Yeah, yeah. He was talking about
Okay.
doing
Well,
some
we're
doing
gonna
some
do
body
the third
cams,
eye bandana. That's what I want you to produce. Third
huh?
eye bandana. Third eye bandanas.
Third eye bandana.
Yeah. We're gonna put a camera in the bandana. Third eye bandana. That's the name of it. You
So
didn't get it?
so you saying like a like a
Yeah,
A
it's
dangly
like
thing,
a
bandana.
like a
A
yeah, it's a
bandana
gangbang? We gonna be
yeah,
walking
like
with
a
around
the
here
camera
bandana.
gangbang,
in it.
huh?
Bandana with the camera in it.
All right,
Nigga,
check,
y'all
It's
gonna get
always
shot,
there.
man.
check
What
this
are you
out.
talking about?
Hey, check this out,
What?
Ty. This was the idea. You got the Lakesha app, right? If we
Yeah,
get the
Right.
cameras
Tell
and
him about it, Jay.
Bluetooth them, or could have them sync with the Lakesha app.
that's
So
what we was
let's just
talking
say if
about. We
one
was
of our
already yeah,
if
yeah,
one of our Aborigine people into a situation that they, it don't always have to be nothing bad.
yeah,
It could be a good situation. When we want to show people demonstration, we can do it via app. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
what they talk about.
yeah. Yep. I thought, and also, when people go out and speak to people, because we was looking for, to go everybody to go out and talk to people and do the little penny experiment or do the, see if they got the, what's your family, ask them some certain questions. So I was under the impression it was for that too, right?
Yeah, it's for everything.
Right, right.
Well, me and IMU came up with it, okay? And I had went to the store and he was on the phone with me. So it was like when I did what I did, he wasn't, it was like the camera could have took the visual. You know, and so we came up with that idea that at the point of me going in the store and not having a camera. So we said we should have body cameras on us at all times from the day forward because of what we're going into as well. Not just to be getting interviews, but because of what we're going into. We're going to need to have some documentations for a lot of things. And people, you know, and going upon people, we want to be protected. We want to have everything that we do. We want to have a history. We want to be able to document our own stories right now. That's the point in it too. To be able to document your own history and leave it for your family, your lineage. Got that.
Yeah. So if you don't do a Bluetooth, then we can just do, you know, some little you know, USB chips. You just take your little micro USB and, you know, pop it in there and it just
Hey,
records. You can do it that way too.
Let me ask you a
Because
question.
they got them out there, huh?
Could you do the technology thing with the computers and stuff? What is infrared technology? How does that work? Is that something we can capitalize on?
What you say?
Infrared technology.
On the camera?
Well, just between the devices, period. Is that something that could be that we
You
can use?
talking about like a camera, right? Like a camera seeing infrared or heat.
Well, actually, I'm not. Actually, I think I'm saying the wrong thing. Not
Do you mean
infrared,
night
but
vision? You mean night vision?
no, no. It's a before Bluetooth came out.
Oh,
They
S
was
beam, like a S beam or something like that. Where you
right. They was using a certain technology as to where.
I think that's S beam.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it was something with red though. That's how they brung it out. It was I can't think of what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how. Right, it works similar to a. You know, that was basically like how a remote control works, right?
Right.
Like the laser tag type technology, where you know walk past
Yeah.
somebody, motion sensor
Well,
type deal.
right. Well, yeah. That's a
You,
infrared. Yeah, that's an infrared sensor. But hold on, I was trying to think, man. It was
is, it,
something else.
is that what you're talking about?
It's not. It's not. It wasn't called infrared when they brung it out.
But
Right.
they was talking about infrared because it was using the infrared technology, like sort
Right.
of like a remote control. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Because
no,
you
that's
remember when
not a remote control. Not
remote
remote
controls
control, man.
came
That's
out,
using RC.
they was using
Um,
that type of, you know.
no, they was using RC, man. But they damn, man, you made me forget it again and
What
shit.
was, they was
Uh,
using some laser type
All right,
technology.
just think.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
no,
It
no.
was.
Look,
It was.
just like
It was a
the
laser
phone
technology.
chargers now. The phone chargers are like that, where you can just set the charger on the phone, and it'll charge your phone up. You know what I'm saying? That's a similar technology that
Right,
they're using now.
right,
You
yeah,
know?
Can I give
yeah.
a shout out?
Right. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about because it's not the infrared, but they was when they was
Yeah.
explaining how to work it, they used the word. You know, they was using
I think
infrared.
right now it's called S beam
I
that
am
they're
No,
used to
no.
say GoPros have night vision.
Yeah, S beam is for Samsung.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
that same technology,
that's
probably.
that's Bluetooth. They just named it. They tricked you and shit. That's just Bluetooth, bro.
Can I give a shout out while y'all discussing that right quick?
Go
I
ahead,
would like to
Mama.
give a shout out to Peoplestown, Atlanta, Georgia. I would like to give a shout out to Glade Hill, Virginia. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who's online. I want y'all to know that Peoplestown is a community that you can come and be busy if you're in the city of Atlanta. There is a lot of work to be done. I also would like to add that I need 5. Did I say 5? Call center customer service rep. I need 5 of you that want a job working with your Aboriginal people in our own facility. I'm putting out a want ad, I guess. I need 5 call center reps. Contact me. I need farmers. Because we all need to eat. We need farmers to help put food in the ground. We got a lot of work to do, you guys. It's more than just learning. We got to put what we learn into work to be self-sufficient, industrial, not corporational, but industrial people. So I just wanted to put that out there, you guys. I love you. Peace.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Yeah. Yeah. It's a bunch of different ways we can get it done. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta narrow it down to the best way. But um, a handkerchief and a bandana and a camera. I mean, we can. I mean, that'll be easy. We just gotta figure out the specs on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because if you gonna be walking, then you want something a little more emotional friendly. You know what I'm saying? Um, do you want to use like a chip? Do you want it to be like an IP camera or something, or like a Bluetooth camera? Um, Most likely it'll probably be like a either Bluetooth or just like a memory chip, and that probably be the best thing to just or if you want to hook it up, directly Bluetooth, it goes right to your phone, right to your app. So that way you can record it live like that. So it's a couple different ways. So it's gonna take some little time to break out the schematics of it, to break everything down, like you know what's what I'm saying. But if you give me some scenarios that I can take, then it'll help. You know what I'm saying? For what you're trying to do with it. So if we just going out, um, just every day, okay, I'm gonna protect myself. Um, yeah, that'll be like super easy. But then if we want, night vision and cause what's that motion, that motion protector stuff like that, and that's gonna be a little different. Um, but yeah, we could definitely get that done. That'll be easy. But yeah, we definitely talked about it. But yeah, I want it on the bandana.
Hey, I got a question in the panel. Coda, it's a law question. Is it illegal to record the police in Chicago? Somebody just said it. Nino said it's illegal. So why are we talking about cameras? Can you tell us about that?
No, it's not illegal to record any public official anywhere doing their duty or off duty within the whole of the United States, to include Chicago. What they are misquoting is like wiretap laws, and that don't apply in this situation. The police will always quote to you wiretap laws, but that's laws like you breaking into some place, putting something inconspicuous, and getting it that way. What we're doing is up in your face with the camera. So I'm from Chicago, lived there a long time, made a lot of noise out there, and they attempted to say that, but the law says otherwise. So since it's federal law that you can record them in exercising your constitutionally protected activity, they just
And we
talking
do have a
garbage.
video proving it that Coda demonstrated with the police in Atlanta. Well, no, he wasn't in Atlanta. He was out here in the boonies. And Coda was tapping him, slapping him all on the back and everything. And he shook his hand and he couldn't do nothing but agree with Coda, you know. And we was recording him. And he said, girl, get that camera out my face. Coda said, no, you don't. We have a right to record. And he just went to reading him out, telling him, not reading, but telling him, because he don't have to read the shit. But yeah, and after he told him, dude was happy with us. He was, but it was something strange that night. Everybody had, I don't know whether y'all know anything about your hand or not, but everybody had an M in their hand, but the police and the white girl.
Yeah, they didn't have no M's in their
Man,
hand.
that was freaky for us because we knew who was against us. Them two. But everybody else came in there was like,
You mean like the
lines in
like
your
the lines in your
hand.
hand? They ain't had no
That's
M.
right.
Yeah,
They didn't have an M.
What they have?
They had some more scribble, but it wasn't an M.
No M. It wasn't even close to an M.
And we did the whole thing with everybody in there. We checked everybody's hand because we was on that hand thing that night. We were like, man, them two devils right there. Know who they was,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that our people have that they don't have. Drones and things of that nature. I mean, yeah, they didn't. Everybody up in the joint. I mean, people ain't even know. Like all of our people just M's. Like, oh, everybody coming up. Oh, yeah, I got that too. It's like we at the Waffle House joint, right? So you know the Waffle House cracking and whatnot. The employees coming up, yeah, we got M's. Everybody got the M's. The white chick, no M, and then the cop that came up and they all assholed up and shit, no M. So I was like, well,
he was a white boy too.
No, he was a melanated dude.
Melanated dude, right?
But
But
no
he didn't
M.
have no M.
He was a
We
cop.
knew he was against us, man. We was like,
He was
oh.
hell no.
Not only did we
Wow.
tell him, hey, check
Man,
this
that's
out. This the
That's
demonstration,
smooth
freaky.
though.
part.
That was demonstration.
Hey,
Real
Chief.
demonstration.
Chief, not only did it go down with the videotape, the Chief's like, and we don't need no license to travel on our land either, as we getting into the automobile, right? Oh, that dude just look, he couldn't do shit. He couldn't do nothing, man. He was just like stunned, like, did that just happen? And not to mention everybody in the Waffle House, like, whoa, like to see they look on their faces, priceless. Like,
Yeah,
priceless.
it was a good demonstration. Listen, we got it on video, you guys. I'm gonna have to let Todd load them up somewhere so you guys can see the demonstration that we did do when Coda was here. Because
do it right now.
How you gonna do it right now? You got him?
Yeah.
Okay, do it right now then.
Yeah, if y'all keep talking, I'll try to go get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's awesome when you really feel it enough to demonstrate. I mean, if you ain't demonstrating, you ain't really got it yet. When you get it, you're going to be like, man, I'm finna go tell these people this right now. You know? You saw a video, Cherokee? Okay, that's what's up. What you thought?
Oh, she saw the
Peace
video.
and love to the chat. Peace and love. Appreciate you, Coda Key Bay. Everybody love you, man.
That's what's up. Much love for everybody out there. Definitely, hey, we here to make sure that everybody get it. That's all. Any way we can do it. You know, we challenge ourselves every day. We all challenge ourselves to do better, to be better, and just to exercise our rights. And that's what we're doing. And there will be more videos, Ty. I want to get with you. We're gonna start up a campaign. A constitution audit campaign. We just gonna be going to judges' offices and all that stuff. We're gonna have fun with it. At least that's the goal, right? And to teach people through those mediums that there's some real stuff right there. So hopefully to get those testimonies and stuff like that. So it should be very interesting to say the least.
Man, Moors don't mean anything in this room, L. Moors do not possess the genius that creates our culture. Moors has nothing to do with us. There is no glyph in our autochthonous. You got to stop this.
That's a troll. That's a troll.
But he gonna stop trolling.
He's probably not even no more. He's probably somebody just got that name just to come in here so we can have some shit to say about the Moors. Like, yeah.
But we ought to tell him now. He still need to know.
Yeah, because
he think call me mama. Yeah, it's all right, darling. I'm your mama too. Yes, but the Moors didn't create me to be your mama. Okay, understand? Yes.
Right. So Moors didn't create me to be nothing.
He coming back for more though. He coming back for more. That's all more mean, baby. More. You're gonna come back for more. We understand.
Hope 9 Ether ain't out there because 9 Ether don't play that. He murking all day. Yeah.
Getting in the ethers.
Yeah, Cherokee said she saw a video. She said it was amazing how we just really did that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Let me see if I can bring that up. It should be in here somewhere. That's the one y'all was in. Y'all was like in a restaurant, something like that.
Huh?
Y'all was like in a restaurant.
Yeah, we was at Waffle House.
Okay, I think we got one of them. You know what? KFC is starting to sell waffles now up here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I'm like, what? Let me see.
I don't eat out of chaos. I don't eat out of restaurants, though, period. What?
WhatsApp. There we go. WhatsApp. Okay, that's the penny test. Okay, shit.
Oh, yeah, y'all do the penny test everywhere you go. That'll be amazing.
Man, people mean as hell, man. Here we go. Let me see.
I make them pull the pennies out the cash register. I show them. Give them
He
a say,
said,
pull your penny out the cash register. Let me show you something. I love it.
okay, I got the one or something. Oh, here we go. Right here. This go. Yeah. Here we go. Right here. Let me see.
Nino, what you in here with, boo? You say you back in this bitch with some proof. What kind of proof you got in this bitch? What is you doing?
Then Nino G a law, man. Nino G do law.
He talking about, is this the one that said about the Chicago?
Yeah, he in Chicago.
Huh, that's the one in Chicago.
No, he in Chicago, but I don't know if that's the person
I
that said
think this the
whatever.
one he's challenging Coda, I guess, because Coda said that was not true about the camera. I guess that's what that is about. It's illegal to eavesdrop on police. Fuck the police.
Eavesdrop.
Right? We don't care
Eavesdropping is
about
the
the police. We're
wiretapping
not
law.
eavesdropping. That's not the
But we
same
ain't
thing as what
eavesdropping.
we're
We right in
talking
their
about.
face with the camera. So that
We
ain't the
can
same thing.
record
That's what I'm
them. We
saying.
can physically record them. They can't tell us we can't. And if you don't know that, then you need to stop interfering.
Right, that's an eavesdropping law. And they are always, and that ain't even a law, it's a statute. The Constitution states you have a right to do it. So that's in the freedom of press clause in that thing. So it's already been decided by the Supreme Court. And you can record anybody. I
He
record
said
people
a
in
phone is
Chicago.
defined legally as an eavesdropping device.
No, it's not, because if that's the case, then everybody with a phone would just be arrested. Stupid ass. That's retarded.
Now here you okay.
That's stupid. So what Apple is
They
the king.
so-called recording us with, yeah, they are called recording us, Cherokee. That is right.
Oh
Go
yeah.
read it. We don't need to read what they put in their words when we got what we know in ours. We are Aborigine. We ain't talking about Negro, black, and color.
No.
We ain't talking
He
about y'all
Aboriginal.
Moors. We ain't talking about people like that. We're talking about Aborigine.
No,
We are Aborigine. Okay? So we don't have the same rules as you do. Maybe it is against the law for you. We understand. But don't put it on us, because everything for you don't belong to me. Yeah, that's right. I meant that. We're separate people, baby. You got to get with it. Or either you don't. I'm rocking my indigenous self. I ain't studying. I'll die for this. I'll die for this. Right
See, that's
now.
what I'm saying, man. How you gonna advertise they statutes, laws, and codes and regulations, and we sitting up here telling you that the Constitution works for you? All
Because
these things,
they want to stay or be slaves. They don't understand that they have gotten their freedom messing up where I go. Damn it. Enjoy your freedom.
yeah, it's the First Amendment protected right, man. It's a right you have, period. But the Constitution, the First Amendment of the Constitution protects.
And even let me just address this dude, because he reading whatever
He said
reading.
we confused, not him.
Well, here it is, the law right here, specifically for Chicago, Illinois, whatever. Recording police officers is allowed in Illinois, 2018. So I don't know what this dude talking about. You know.
You niggas is a private corporation.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
Nino, go ahead, baby. We good. Let us be who we be then. You go on with your madness. Leave us alone. We didn't come to your room. Y'all some stupid folks want to come and interfere.
The only time you cannot record police is when The police officer has a reasonable expectation of privacy. Outside of that, you can record them doing their official duties anytime. But you cannot hide the fact that you're recording them. So that's the difference.
How you
If
get
you
around?
hide it, if you hide the phone and it's not visible, then they can consider eavesdropping. But if you got the phone on and you telling them you recording, or you got your Canon camera with the zoom lens and all of that, then it's not hidden. You can record the shit out of them all day and night tomorrow. It don't matter, because that does not violate the eavesdropping laws. So since the law specifically states that you can record them, I don't know what he's talking about.
He don't either.
I don't get it, because I'm reading it, and I'm right on Stephen A. Burnage, attorney at law, over 25 years experience, and they got the law posted right there. And then you could go to the Illinois compiled statutes, and the ACLU also be like, yes, you can go ahead and record them. 2019, you can record them. So you can record them. So
You
get your
said we're
camera out.
always in the private because you're not a public agent. You're an agent.
Who's the agent?
Yeah. Why do we need to go on the government link? We are our own government, baby. We got our own government link. What are you talking about? See, you don't know who we are, do you? Do you know who we are? We're not the government. Not that one anyway. Come on, Nino. I'm gonna block you again if you don't start putting some good stuff in.
Nino, he one of the young little phenoms out there.
Yeah, but he ain't being phenom now. He been a pain.
Okay,
You have a social security number.
he-
No, we don't do social security. You late. You just coming in here with all this, We done went through 16 hours of law, dude.
Let me just ask him, what section is he talking about?
No, he has to do. We have a social security number now.
What, man?
Yeah. See, that's what I said. He late. He ain't came. He just came in. He missed all that law.
He's ignorant, because he said it's a federal law that says you can't record. Where here I have, it states federal court rules that you have the right to record the cops, even in secret. Even in secret, right? And this is 2018 again. So you have the right to record them. Federal law, state law, city law, or ordinances and all of that, because the Constitution gives you that right. It's a right to record. It's not a privilege. So we ain't no citizens.
Who's lying on you? What we lying about now?
And back in that law, there's decisive. The judicial system that's supposed to uphold the Constitution, which they do.
Nobody want to read the government link, dude. He wants you to click on a link he put in. Talking about read the government link.
No, we own the government link.
You are? They are on it.
I clicked that too.
It's on every government link, sister. That's what we saying. He a retard if he can't read that, because you can record. You have the right to record them. It's protected by the. He got a problem with reading. That's all that is. He can't even read the shit he posted.
Yeah, because he's thinking that we are slaves and we're not.
I know. Hey, he the only slave up in there because he the only one scared to record their ass. And you know what I told the police? I told the police that if he was scared that we was recording, to go call the police.
He said, call the police. Call the police. That's what he told the police. Call the police.
So, and the police didn't call the police. He just sat there and like, y'all good. I slapped him on his back a couple of times, slapped him on his hand, slapped him on his back again, slapped him in his side of his joint, jugged him up a couple of times.
It's on the video. Where that
right, slapped him all down and up. And
I'm bringing up my Google drivers.
Okay.
It's all crazy. But anyway, yeah, you don't need it. And as long as you tell him, hey, you don't mean no harm, and you're never, ever going to assault anybody, that you're doing it out of love and reverence before you start touching on people, you two can slap them up in good gesture and Hey, you're a good guy, Bob, and all of that stuff or whatever.
You're a nice guy, Bob.
Right, nice guy,
That's when you
Bob.
say
And
nice
and,
to
and
them.
just
You
to be
tell them they're
clear,
very
just to
nice.
be clear, the link that he put it in chat is an amendment to their codes, and it's once again
It's
that's
for wiretapping laws.
right. It's for wiretapping laws.
And we ain't
Period.
doing no
So they
wiretapping
the
in
only
here.
one doing the damn wiretapping.
Right. Because of wiretapping, you got to be all sneaky about the shit,
He said
all
we
playing red
wild
tag.
like fuck. I
Yeah, we all
present
up in
some
your
shit
face.
and I'm
We
all this negative shit. Yeah, because it's not what we are, dude. Nino, we're Aborigine. We don't have the same laws as you do. So therefore it is against the law for you to report the police because you don't know what you're doing. But for us, we have the right to do this. So you stay in your lane, do you, and let us do us. Because
well,
evidently you're not Aborigine.
he ain't even
Evidently
got to,
you're not.
right, because he ain't even got to let us do us. We just going to do us, and we could just going to slap the cops all up, hug them down, and record their ass and smoke a blunt and blow the smoke in their face. Because we on the south side. I'm on the south side, 79th and Constance. So I don't know if you know nothing about that. And over there on the drive and stuff, and that's what we do all the time. So I don't even know this dude. You know what I'm saying? You can come to 63rd Street Beach if you're in the Shy. You know what I'm saying? We can powwow up at that joint, Bongo Beach or something like that. Even 31st Street Beach. You know, it's a public area and whatnot. We could build or whatever. You know, 79th and Constance, wherever you want to, you know.
You flogging. What in the hell, dude? Okay.
South side.
What is flogging?
What's a flogging?
I don't know.
That mean like uh I think that's like false flagging or something like that.
Coda, I'm about to send you the link he posted. Let's just demonstrate and go word for word. And
Yeah,
this is
he
why
can
the
get on the panel.
royalty
He's a
don't
young phenom.
Yeah,
He
get
not
on
a
the
troll.
panel.
He not a troll, y'all. He not a troll. He one of the young soldiers. So
But you,
yeah.
let me shut up. Let me shut
But
up.
he
Let me
yeah
be quiet. Let me be quiet.
he just
'Cause
gotta learn. He just gotta learn. If he did something wrong, he
but
just
he
gotta.
can't come on here acting like, okay.
If he
He said, you know what it means if you from there. Oh, I don't know. Flexing. Okay. Thank you, man.
where the hell?
You sent him the link so he can go on and express himself because I think he need to because uh I hope it's not gonna be an argument though at your discretion, Ty, because you always know.
I don't know. Somebody was sending a link. And did you send it, Jay?
Jay said he was sending it to you.
On WhatsApp?
Yeah, Jay should know. Jay, you know young Nino, don't you? Nino.
Oh, he sent it in the
Because the
page.
only reason why
No,
I'm like that with you,
I put it in the
Nino, is
back chat.
because you coming in on this line when we're Aborigine, okay? We're Aborigine and we know our rights. But you're coming in telling us that we don't know what the hell we're talking about. So that's why we're having a problem. I'm very much so is because I'm reading your comments. And that's
Yeah.
why I say what I say, because you're coming in with adversity as to what we've been learning for the last 16 damn hours. So that's frustrating for one to me. And I think that for one person to come in like that, out of all that's been taught, thrown out for 16 hours and come in with some damn stuff talking about we can't do what we know we can do, it's a problem. That's all.
Copy that. And to the thing he sent,
You question my identity.
one, the amendment number is not on the bill. The amendment number one is blank. The amendment number is blank. Hey, Jay, you with me?
You know, I wasting time on it.
Yeah, I'm still here. That's what I was saying. Like
So one, there's no amendment number in the space, so it's incomplete. But it states it's a Senate bill from, and it's just a bill. A bill is not law. So Senate Bill 1342 as amended by replacing everything after the enacting clause with the following. Section 5, the Criminal Code of 2012 is amended by changing sections 14 through 1, etc., so on and so forth. And it covers eavesdropping device capable of use to hear or record oral conversations or to intercept, retain, and they scratch retain out, or transcribe electronic communications, whether such communication electronic, conducted in person, telephone, etc., shall not include devices used for the restoration of the death, etc., so on and so forth. It doesn't say anything about cell phones or nothing. It's eavesdropping. You got to know what eavesdropping is. And then they go in to describe an eavesdropper. We're not an eavesdropper because the eavesdropper is any person, including, listen to this, any law enforcement officer and any party to private conference. So the police officers can't even record their own shit, or they call it eavesdropper because that shit applies to them. Who operates or participates in the operation of an eavesdropping device. So it's all concerning eavesdropping. I knew what he was going to pull up because everybody pulls that up. And police cite this all the time, but what we're doing is not eavesdropping. We're right in your face with it. And that ain't eavesdropping. We're using what's called the law and the Constitution because it states we have a right to record public officers and judges and everybody doing their functions. So that's not eavesdropping. That's not the same as dropping in on a private conversation. When they're out there on the street and they're in uniform and they cruisers and walking the beat and doing their things and at the desk and doing their official functions, they have no expectation of privacy in any of those public venues. Period. They ain't the private police. They the public police. So if they're in public and when they're in public, they have no expectation of privacy. Therefore, the eavesdropping laws don't apply, or that statute, code, or whatever that is, that bill doesn't apply. And it doesn't apply to Aboriginal people at all because we're not under their laws, rules, and regulations of that government. Not under that jurisdiction. Thank you. Y'all, of this applies to eavesdropping and bait cars, and it's garbage. You can read this stuff until you blue in the face, and it ain't law. Statute. And it ain't even a statute. It's a bill. It ain't even been passed by nothing, so it ain't nothing. But definitely in the Supreme Court decision, Glick versus Cunniffe,
Okay.
the First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals found that officers had indeed infringed upon the freedom of speech and freedom of the press by attempting to state that people cannot record cops. And this was in 2007, prior to 2014, when that bill that Illinois
we don't rock birth certificates, Nino. See, you got us mixed up with Negroes, black and colored. That's what we keep trying to tell you.
Yeah,
we don't rock that. We don't rock that. And we don't make shit up as we go. We know what we're doing. Y'all need to get a grip.
And I also want to just read the Supremacy Clause real quick of the Constitution of the United States. Please. So people understand that is the law of the land first. Any statute, code, regulation, policy, penal code, all that is second to the
It belongs to them. It don't belong to us.
Hey, Jay, that's that second law right there. That's secundum, juris secundum.
Right, exactly. Article 6, debt supremacy.
Could you speak up a little bit, Jay?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. So, and just to make point, any treaties that our ancestors may created before the adoption of the Constitution that is law before this Constitution. And that's why it's important to use this Constitution to connect your ancestor or tribal or nation's rules and government rules. Just to make that point. But I'm going to continue. This Constitution and the laws of the United States,
Supreme.
which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be hereby bound thereby, and anything in this Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath and affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under this United States. And this is the thing, these public or police officers, judges, magistrates, the president, uh, judges, they all have to agree to this Constitution before they take their position. And
They
if they
oath.
go against the Constitution, they take an oath to it. That's correct. And if they go against it, they can be held liable for it. It is treason.
That's right.
Damn.
Now, he said, how y'all beat the law of conquest?
We still in here deep.
First in time, first in line. Coda, that's one of your phrases, ain't it?
Oh no, that ain't my phrase, but
What you
that's
said
somebody's phrase. That ain't me though.
but what do you mean by that? How we beat the law of conquest?
Man, it's almost
Oh, you just beat it
2:41.
with the Constitution because the law of conquest only pertains to people from British Europe and London. That's called genocide. So it's already beat.
See, you're in a
And
corporate.
conquest wasn't even a law.
He said Supreme Court is judicial. We're in a corporate legal fiction existence. We're commerce. I'm not understanding y'all separation, but y'all have cell phones that have service which is provided to you for exchange of debt notes. So I guess he kind of confused with how we are saying we have rights, but
Yeah,
we
he
don't.
don't understand. So
Yeah,
using debt notes, that doesn't make you anything. That's just whatever that is. But how you enter and engage into contracts is very important.
right.
So there's like you can use debt notes because that's all that people might understand in an urban or city environment. So ain't nobody getting out of that, but it don't mean you're a ward of the state just because you're using debt notes.
And are we still commerce in our Aborigine selves?
No, we ain't
See?
commerce.
Okay, see that, Nino? We're not commerce. You're commerce, baby.
Well, I didn't never sign a contract to be in commerce, and can't nobody prove it. So if you saying we commerce, then I guess you got some proof of it. And just because you
He's
use Federal
commerce because
Reserve
he has
notes,
his birth certificate. See, you never did have a birth certificate, so you never was commerce. But he's commerce because he does have a birth certificate and
copy that.
a cell phone.
Right, copy that. T is with a T is.
Yeah, we proclaim to be Aboriginal. Yes, you didn't know.
Why would you claim to be Aboriginal? Wouldn't you want to be the first?
Well, I mean, I don't know
Especially if you're the first.
who
Especially if
are
you're the
you.
first.
What are you, Nino? Pan African?
He don't understand jurisdiction either, and
No, he
that's
doesn't.
all that
He
is.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He knows.
Mino don't know law at all. It's
I think he do, but he don't.
right. Everybody's seeing that's obvious. So
Obvious.
Ty Data, wrong call on that one, bro. It's all good. You can't win them all. Can't win them
Indigenous
all, man.
Aboriginal. That's right, Cherokee sister. You do what? You Pan-African? Okay. Y'all, it has been real. I really enjoy you guys.
Right. That's what's
Right. Same bat channel, same bat station.
Right. How many hours? I know y'all was counting on me, so I don't know.
No, we ain't got you fucked up. We don't want you on our panel though. We good. We don't think you got enough Aboriginal blood in you, baby. You ain't got enough to deal with us.
And don't really know the law, not just yet, but definitely plugging away at it.
Actually, no, let him come on the panel so he can
get in the LinkedIn, but it's gonna be a bigger. Okay, y'all ready for the bickering? Get it.
Yeah, we don't want no bickering, dude. It's like attempting to have a kindergartner who don't know the ABCs to be up in the thesis class in university level.
Okay.
No, it just don't work that way because, well, it just don't work that way. If you don't know the basics of law, then it's a moot point. It's like
no, you need to go and listen to. You need to listen to the last 16 hours we done recorded, and then come back in tomorrow. That's what you need to do.
There you go.
Some people just need to just go and listen to the videos, and then maybe come back. Then maybe you'll know where we at, because you don't know where we at, baby. You just came in, and it don't make sense. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair to me, no. I mean, we done had like a series.
No, it wouldn't be fair to you at all.
You know, and all of these other people on there, and it just wouldn't be fair to them. So let my man brush up on some stuff, and then he could come on and maybe share some wisdom. And if he got the wisdom and the light, we'll listen and be like, man, we'll back you up. If you wrong, though,
we'll eat you up.
Man, you don't want to be wrong. So that wouldn't be a good look. It's too much.
So Ty, did you find it in the videos? If not, close.
We all good.
Yeah, I've been nodding out, man. I've been nodding.
Tired of that.
Yeah, I got the video. Y'all gonna have to go into the chat to see it. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. Yeah, if y'all want to slide into the chat, but the video sideways, so you know we try to see how it go. But here we go. Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. Let me take that off there. Fix up the audio real quick. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Black Land, love you to peace.
That they must succumb to the supreme laws of land to protect and secure the rights of the absolutely.
It's gonna be on YouTube, right?
Oh
Hey, bird.
Yeah, it's in the room. In the chat room, they can still hear us.
Oh, okay, I see it.
This is how our land can be poured, and then we're gonna cool
Can't really hear it.
Time. Curtis. Right.
You can't really hear what
Job that they must come to the supreme law and protect security rights. Absolutely. Oh yeah. You got a choice to concur. Got to concur.
Yeah, I think it started over. Hello.
hell.
Yeah, I think it started over.
Yeah, it didn't come out too good, but you guys, I'm gonna set it. I'll set it up somewhere.
It was sideways.
Or you can go to my channel.
You get it off there.
Yeah, if you guys go to my channel, I'll do it. Yeah, and then it's on my channel. All of them on my channel.
I'll make it a
All of
little
them.
better. I'll make it a little better probably tomorrow or something. But
Okay, I'm on this thing.
somebody said the audio's bad. Oh, here, let me see.
But anybody who wants to, you can go to my channel and you can see all the videos that we did. Pretty much, I put them on my channel. Chief No Yamina at Gmail.
Oh yeah, I can play them right off your channel.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do that, but if you know.
Shit, man. But I'm about ready to clock out. Hey man, y'all want to keep going? Y'all want to keep going? Y'all keep going, man.
Jay, you still on there? You said you want that. You want Nina on there, don't you, Jay? I'm good. I'm finna go to bed, you guys. Same bat station tomorrow. Today wasn't.
Oh yeah, we ain't seen y'all Nina in a minute.
Today. Yeah, y'all got to see the one when we went to the neighborhood council meeting.
That's the one I was gonna play next. Play next. But it didn't go through. But yeah, I was gonna play that one. But yeah, we can go ahead, shut down. Everybody tired.
Yeah, I think
I hear birds in some people's backgrounds. It's 4:00 here.
Gee, you still
up there tweeting with the birds right now.
Yeah, Chief clocked out for a minute.
Yeah, we out of here too, man. So
Leave
I'm gonna holler at y'all in the
peace and love, everybody.
But we got you down for the Guinness Book of Aboriginal Records right now.
Nah, that's what's up. I'll take that right now.
We're gonna have to put the numbers on there.
Cherokee, I got you, sister. I'll get with you later on today, okay?
Peace and love, everybody. Y'all be easy.
Peace and love, everyone. Y'all have a great morning. I mean, a great day. Rising.
Peace.
Wow. Peace.
Hi, my name is Lakesha from the Lakesha Network. I am here to remind you to go to your Google or Apple App Store. Simply type the word LAKESHA and then search to install and download the Lakesha Alert app to stay up to date on my new superior features. Subscribe to my YouTube page by opening up your app and clicking menu. Click on the About Us tab. Try to get familiar with my software and also teach it to your loved ones. And get your household familiar with my information. It will be useful in the future. You're welcome in advance.